Snakes.
That's the opening.
that is the
opening.
Yeah.
So,
6
years did you love me?
What?
What? All right. Shit. Is it louder than usual?
Probably. Let's put him down to 6.
6. The number of the beast. If you repeat it 2 more times.
Yeah.
6.
Don't make me do math.
Math. You just have to place them beside. There is no math.
Too much numbers.
All right. Welcome back to the 89th episode of the Sketchbook Heroes with me, Ilyas.
And me, Robert.
And together we are the Sketchbook Heroes podcast that I just mentioned.
That we are.
That we are.
And I'm Robert.
Yeah, and I'm Ilyas.
And together we are. Yes. Sponsored by 21 Draw. Kind of.
Kind of.
Or in collaboration
with
yeah, we're not
21
sponsored.
Draw.
Nobody sponsors us.
Nobody sponsors us.
Yes.
So, yeah. Check them out at 21-draw.com.
Or Instagram at 21 Draw.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. Cool beans.
Yeah. Let's get the show on the road.
On the road.
Why is it on the road? Why does, it's on the air. Let's get the show on the air.
Is it on the air, though?
In the cloud.
I thought, on the air was, live, but maybe that's not it. I don't know why. Fuck it.
Let's put it online.
Let's put it.
We're uploading it eventually.
Eventually.
Sometime.
Somewhere.
When you're listening to this, we have uploaded it. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Intro. Yeah, intro song. Go. Ka-chick.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They don't seem to have any line.
All right, dude. We're back. Back again.
We are back, dude.
Without even leaving, we're back.
We're back, dude.
Dude,
We're
where are
back. Back we are. So how you been?
It's been good. It feels exactly like last time we were here. Like, we did all the same things, except
Deja
that we
vu.
watched a new movie.
Yeah. Trying to mix it up a bit,
Mm-hmm.
Different movies every week.
Yeah, but it's just like, it feels the exact same.
Yeah, it is really Groundhog Day syndrome. Yeah.
I feel like episode 63 or 4 when we came back to recording the podcast.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Darker and more sad.
Mm-hmm. That's what
Yeah.
I'm feeling right now. Like, I don't know if sad is the word, but there's definitely something off. I'm not drawing, I'm not doing
Feeling
anything.
heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a heavy feeling. And I think it's just the lack of that social energy that you're used to maybe.
Yeah.
That you take for granted and most times just don't want. Having people like, oh, this guy, that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're just like, oh, wow, that really does something to you that you're taking for granted.
You kind of need it.
Yeah. So,
Dude, yeah.
yes.
But, yeah, just Groundhog Day, for sure. And this week in general was just horrible for business.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, 3 out of 5 days canceled.
No.
Yeah, and each and every one of them was like just the day before,
Mm-hmm.
So
You know what you should do? I read in the paper the other day that people in Stockholm are out partying like ever and going out, eating. And that's the people you want as clients because they apparently don't seem to give a fuck. They're like, the prognosis is that it's going to get worse. And then they are like, celebration.
Who gives a shit about anybody else? I want to have fun. Yeah. Idiots.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm always the one calling everybody idiots, but seriously.
But you are. No,
just fucking think a little bit extra you know? Yeah,
No, I get it.
It is boring as fuck sitting at home all the time.
Super boring. Super boring.
But like, we're saving lives, you know?
The thing is,
it's
yeah,
such
it's
a
not
cliche to
yeah.
say it, but that's what we're doing.
And you're taking this from the guy that is not worried, doesn't care, like, in that sense. I'm just doing it because people around me can get affected, and I don't want to be the cause of it. You know, like, I don't want to be the asshole because I'm not worried. I'm going to, like, put those people at risk.
Yeah.
So just be nice.
Yeah.
Like, I get the people that, like, if you don't work, you'll lose your home. I get that. That's a reason. But going out because you're bored, you're just an asshole.
Yeah. And I'm all for, you know, you giving a little bit back to all the businesses that you appreciate and like, but there's other ways of doing that than being stupid.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Just buy beer and drink them alone.
Yeah.
Like any other
everybody-
normal
Yeah, exactly.
You could Skype drink with someone.
That's it. Yeah.
No.
Be careful, everybody.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying. We're ranting because, you know, friction. Yeah.
Gotta have some beef.
Yeah, I had some great beef last night.
Just
Yeah,
saying
you
the
just
word
interpret
great
that
beef. Yeah,
any-
it's just
any
like
way you want. It was tasty good. Yeah. All right. So this week's topic: how and why did we
decide on this?
Yeah. Was
Lack of something else?
Smart move.
But no, but we were just thinking about, we've talked about it before, and we really wanted to invite someone over to talk about it. But we don't have anyone right now.
No.
Because no one wants to come into the studio.
Smart move
Smart
again.
move again, yeah. But we're thinking that we're going to talk about what is okay to draw and what is not. And who puts those, like, who decides what is okay to draw. So I don't know. I don't even know where to start with this topic, really.
No.
Because it is such a, like, it can encompass basically anything.
Mm-hmm.
And are you weird drawing what you're drawing? Or, you know, are you allowed does context play part of it? You know, like, there's so many things. Because I've heard people watching that, like, love Death and Robot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anyone, like, being a bit more of a, like,
Reserved
feminist.
or-
No, just feminists don't like it, that I've heard, because it is a lot about violence against women.
Yeah.
And it is that. It opens up with basically that.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
she also kicks ass and is fucking...
But then gets stomped.
Yeah. No, but I mean, the monster kills everybody at the end, and she is the monster. That's the
Was
story.
that it, the first one? Yeah, I don't remember now.
Because
but,
she's only a shell, like she's a robot.
fuck, I don't remember.
But the context was that she was like raped and fucking cut to pieces, and then she started competing as this monster thing, and that was her payback. But then it turned out that her brain was transferred into the monster.
But I think the problem that people are having is that it's always men telling these stories. You know what I mean? Like, it's usually men telling stories, and to make a woman like, oh, interesting past, it's that she was raped, you know, in one way or another.
Yeah.
And I guess that was like a big thing, like 90s to early 2000s, like a lot of that happening. And I think that one plays into that trap as well. People think they're telling a original story, and you end up with the rape thing again. Yeah. So I get it. But what is okay, though? Like, should you, just because you're a man, not be able to do that? You know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't think we should have any sort of rules against anything, really, because art is a form of freedom in itself. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but when it's shown on a streaming
global
platform,
scale, like a
Netflix show, then you have to start considering about other people. You know, then it's not your art piece anymore. It's something that is sort of catered to an audience.
Yeah, I know.
And you know, and I guess that's the interesting part too. Like, where do you draw the lines of, like, when you start pissing people off and not in movies and shows and stuff too?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying as well. And, like, what is your responsibility towards the public, you know? Because you're trying to create this, like, vision that you have, whatever it may be. But the thing is, do people need to agree with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing.
And just because people don't agree with you, are you not allowed to do it?
Yeah, does that make you wrong?
Yeah.
No,
And
I don't
there's-
think so.
And there's probably like a deeper thing, like, oh, that condones violence or that towards women, or, you know, like, because usually it's towards women.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the problem. I think. And I think it was on Joe Rogan, and he
Probably.
was saying, like, someone said, like, but men get raped too, and he was like, yes, by other dudes. I was like, yeah, that is true. That is true.
That is also true. Yeah.
But then again, like, what kind of expressions should be allowed, you know, like, and who decides what should be allowed, you know?
Yeah.
And it feels like it doesn't have to do so much about, like, what is happening. It's, like, the timing of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Like, Dude, Where's My Car?
Dude, Where's My Car? Yeah.
Like, when they did that movie, that was, like, okay.
Yeah, but had you done it, like, today, it would have fucking...
Yeah, that
Like
wouldn't have...
Ashton Kutcher, the director, you
Like,
know,
they would all-
of them should have...
They would have committed not
Career
finan-
suicide.
Yeah, career suicide.
Career suicide.
For sure.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think they already did, though. But
With other choices that
Yeah.
they made after that. But I'm just thinking, like, drawing, you know, porn, drawing, you know, like...
just boobs and stuff.
Exactly. Just
Or
like...
genitalia, I guess.
Yeah, because there is a friction there, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Like, I've seen a lot of Twitter things, because Twitter doesn't give a fuck if you post penises.
No.
It's allowed. And I've seen some artists that are really good, but they also draw, like, really erect penises and, you know, like, stuff like that. But they're, like, their art is, like, they're very good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's penises with boobs, you know, or whatever the fuck it may be. If
Yeah.
you keep scrolling and clicking through accounts, and you're like, the fuck?
The wormhole.
Yeah, but it is basically that.
Yeah.
And, like, what is okay? Just because you can't stand penises and boobs, you know, like,
So then,
should they not be allowed to express themselves in that way? Like,
So what do you think then? Because you just keep asking the question.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to, like, bring up examples and, like, paint people a picture of what I've seen online.
Paint people penises.
Penises.
Yes.
I'm trying to paint you a penis.
Because, like,
Uh,
do you when you see those erect penises on Twitter, do you feel like
no, I don't feel-
offended in any
no,
way?
not at all.
But that's because you watch so much hentai and nude stuff.
Oh,
and
man.
you're just used to
Hentai
it.
just falls into anime, and I don't watch anime anymore.
Right, yeah, that's true.
It's just like...
Too many fillers.
Yeah. You didn't. You didn't.
Could not resist. Yeah.
You.
So
Ew, ew, ew.
I don't encounter as many erect penises in my
But
feed,
neither do I. It's like...
But
But I do follow... I have a couple of friends that sort of, like, through the years went into a direction or erection of that sort.
nice.
And I've seen that some of their stuff, it's not all of it. It's still fairly mild. But then again, you know, a penis comes through, you know, like, peekaboo. What's up?
Just to remind you, they're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. still.
And I do follow one guy that draws so good that I'll take the nudeness, you know, of it. And,
Yeah.
and some people are like, oh, it's nude, and they get offended. Then there's the people where, you know, where it's like erotic nude, like where they're like, oh, this is my pussy, or, you know, my dick in your face.
Yeah.
And I can see why some people are sensitive to that. Like when it's...
Because that is almost like an insult, or like
I don't know if
it's
an
meant to
insult,
be
but it's more like
in your
it's more
face.
sexual, and it has, you know, like fine art, like nude, you know, like when people are just standing naked and
That's
like
just-
looking into a light, you know, and it's nothing like
that's
it's-
sort of natural, or like a normal
that's
thing.
what I mean,
Yeah.
like normal within bunny ears.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you have where it's more aimed to be sexual, you know, and
Yeah.
that's like some people like it secretly, and then they're like, that is inappropriate, wank wank, you know, and
What if Michelangelo had done like a penis in a hand in the Sixteenth Chapel? Like,
exactly.
He's trying
like
to grab. He's trying to pull him off. It's like,
Just-
please God, let me pull you
Let
off.
me, give me another 50 years.
Or maybe the opposite way.
Yeah,
Maybe
but-
God wanted to pull him off. I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing is, just
Would,
like...
would that have been okay?
I don't think
I'm
so.
assuming that like
I'm assuming no.
all the Catholic people over there were like gonna be.
But he's a grown up. But he's all grown up.
It
That's
is too
not-
big.
That's not how it works. But I'm just saying that what offends one does not... Like, I'm not easily offended, you know? Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, if people want to express themselves, they should be able to do that. But then you have these, like, blurrier areas of existence, you know, where it's just, like, even I get, like, no, you shouldn't. But then again, you know, should they rather be doing that than, you know, doing other creepy stuff.
Yeah, because I mean that
Is
sort
there
of
some dark
sets
shit?
them apart, and that they're
Yeah.
being unique and they're doing their thing. Why should everybody do the same thing?
Yeah.
And that's also another argument here, because that's what I feel like. I've come to that realization that I'm not going to grow a bigger following, and I'm not going to become more sort of Insta famous or in social media. I disappear in the sea of billions and billions of artists, and I think, like, because I'm not at that level. You know what I mean? I'm still
I get it.
lacking something.
Something. Yeah.
To sort of step out of that sea.
And there's probably a lot of you that feel the same way as well. And it's not that you're bad. It's just that your art does not catch the public's, like.
I was going to say because there's so many other people that
Yeah,
are
but
so
that's
much
what
better.
That's what I mean. But that's what I
Yeah.
mean as well. There's like a lot of other people, like Lois that we've mentioned, that
Exactly.
usually just have that Insta-like, that
Yeah,
even
yeah.
I like adhere to or like react to.
Exactly.
I'm like, ooh, yes.
It's just appealing.
Yeah,
Right?
it is the appeal of, I don't know.
Yeah, there's something in the artwork that's
Yeah.
it's more polished in a way than I can make my stuff at least. And that's, it's sad in that way. And I think if I rewind a couple of years, it meant a lot more. Like we kept talking about this many, many times now that we're old enough to not give a fuck anymore about this stuff. Like we've done the race. We've done as much as we can like force us to do when it comes to social media and all of that shit. And now it's more just like, yeah, it is what it is. But, a couple of years ago, it was the most important thing in the world. And like,
And I thought it was fun as well. So
yeah, it was
wasn't
the
a-
chase,
Yeah.
sort of. And it kept you going and it kept you creating more stuff. And I miss that, but I just can't get myself to that
No. Same.
stage anymore.
But I think they made it harder as well. So it lost, like, they made it more tedious.
Yeah.
With all the, like, pulling and pushing of the content, like, oh, no, you can't use those hashtags, or you can't do this, or you can't, like, because people are abusing it, of course. They have to
course.
keep changing it.
And they always will.
eventually, who suffers? Like the people that are trying to, do proper shit. So.
Yeah, it's super sad. But I mean, in that way, I admire people that can draw like that stuff without feeling any sort of
social
cringe or
yeah,
anything. Like, because if I started drawing a huge penis, I just
Same.
wouldn't feel like good about it.
No,
I don't know. I haven't actually drawn a huge penis anytime in my life, so I mainly draw small penises.
But the thing is, when I draw a penis, it's like for a friend like Matt or someone, like he
Yeah.
drew me. I ordered his book and he filled the envelope with penises.
Let's say it this way: like we doodle penises, we don't draw penises.
penises. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't try to make a big veiny penis. Like,
Exactly.
there's
And,
no
like,
appeal.
Where's
there.
the light source, Ilias? This vein is not lit right.
Yeah, exactly. Ilias, more veins,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. So with that stuff, they get their own audience in a way.
Of course.
So it's a smart move. Is sort of what I'm saying, and that's why I would love to get someone
Yeah, I've talked
in
about that.
and talk to them about this stuff, because it is very interesting and
But I want someone that just doesn't do it privately. I want someone that does it
like
openly.
a legit artist.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
known
Like an
for this.
established, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I want to know, because if it's someone that no one knows, I want them to be in the social eye, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Like in the public eye, rather.
And just to hear what shit they get thrown.
Because
at,
I think
you
so.
know.
Because I remember when people were opening up these like porn shops, as they were called, where they were just selling, like dildos and
vibrators
shit like that.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
And people were tossing like rocks into their windows and shit. That was super common in Stockholm.
Why
I
the
remember that. Why would you care? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is like something that we all, like it's part of all of our lives. We all have sex at some point, and
Yeah.
those shops, provide something for like the masses.
Exactly. It's
It's a service, and
like any other.
it's a store of things you can buy, and you can also not like. There are probably other shops that you don't like buy shit at.
Exactly.
You don't throw rocks at them because you don't approve. But it's just when it's tied to sex, like people lose their shit, and
Yeah.
then they're like, "Yeah, this deserves a rock." Like what?
Yeah. Why are people so easily
Offended.
offended? Yes.
Yeah,
When
sex.
it comes to sex.
Yeah.
It's super strange, and it's got this bad label on it, sort of like tattoos had, you know, just a couple of years back. Same thing. Like, why does the public sort of gang together against stuff like this?
But do you have anything in particular where you react? Because I know back when I used to use DeviantArt, like there was a lot of sex stuff on DeviantArt, you know.
Oh, still is.
And still is, yes.
Yeah. Every time I log in,
even
just
the
to
time
check
we logged in to check our old art, I
Straight
saw
away.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think
saw stuff.
I saw stuff. No, but one thing that happened to me on DeviantArt a lot at one point was that people were taking like pictures, like well taken like photos, like they weren't bad photos of themselves, but there were just people like spreading their butt cheeks and like standing on their knees, you know, like with their like on four legs, and then someone just like taking a photo of their basically their
crack.
their crack, yeah, and you know like seeing the asshole and everything, just like. Sure, you have a good camera, and you know, like the lighting is superb.
Great detail.
But for me, it just makes me cringe. You know, I'm just like, why? Like, I don't see the, like the.
Yeah, where's the
point.
art? Yeah,
But that's the thing. Like the
it goes back
composition, but
to
you know what I
is
mean.
art.
The equipment was good. You know, like the
Yeah.
lighting was set up, but there wasn't a pose more than there was a butt there, and you could see the asshole. You know, like,
yeah.
And it might be art for someone else, so that I won't judge. But
Yeah.
for me, that is like, what the fuck? You know, that's my reaction.
It doesn't really belong in, I would say, the DeviantArt.
And
sort
that
of
was the front
forum.
page, you know,
Yeah.
like the latest popular images. So I guess someone's really loving these assholes.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't be there. I'm just saying that that is one of the things that I react to. Like, what the fuck is this? And it's not like, oh, I'm so offended, because I'm not offended. I really think if you like taking pictures of assholes, that you should be able to take pictures of assholes.
But then you have to think about that there's like, you know, 7-year-old kids that are
on the same
this
platform.
Yeah. And when they log in every day, they see like a huge cock or a fucking
Yeah,
open anus.
exactly.
you
Like
know?
an open gaping anus,
Yeah,
basically.
it's like, yeah, well,
Yeah.
now they know. Now they know what that looks like.
Have you ever wondered what your anus looks
Exactly.
like? Something like this.
Yeah. So it is very strange, because in that sense, I think it belongs in the more contained environment, you know, like maybe a subcategory in a forum
I
or
think
something.
so. I think so. Like,
For people that want to find that stuff, it should be easy to find.
yeah.
But it shouldn't be in everybody's face because people are so easily offended.
But I think DeviantArt, in their defense at least, there is a mature filter on, you know,
Oh, yeah.
where it blurs out or like makes them,
That's-
and you have
that's
to
right, that's
like
right.
actively go into them.
Yeah.
But for me, that also just like ruins some of the other art that might have nudity in them.
Exactly.
But they aren't your asshole up close
No.
into my
It's
computer
somebody
screen.
that
Yeah.
actually drew that asshole. So,
Exactly. It's
It's
a
not the same.
hand-painted asshole. It's
yeah,
not a...
it's a craft.
But yeah, and it's super hard to sort of dictate. And dictate, oh my God.
Super hard and dictate.
Ah.
Oh, you've been
Yeah,
doing,
I just heard it.
you've been doing so many other ones, and I've
Just
been
like-
having to bite my tongue because.
But
so
there's
good.
no way of talking about this and not doing those.
And
Like,
sound cocky.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it is super tricky.
It is.
And like, and this is
Yeah, I still don't know where I stand on this. To
no,
be
but
honest.
neither do I. And to take like a really graphic example, like if someone enjoys drawing rape,
Yeah,
like should they not be able to do that?
because that's like a normal hentai thing.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
just
hentai
rape
is because that's what it feels
in
like,
general.
right? And
Yeah.
then they somehow like it anyway. You know, like that's how they do it. So it's kind
always
of okay.
wrong. And
yeah,
it's
exactly.
wrong on their side and then on the other person's side. So
yeah.
everybody's
And-
just wrong.
But that's a perfect fucking example.
Yeah.
Where rape is part of like a type
Culture
of media. Yeah, that
And it is like just in I think, because I've only seen documentaries about Japan and this type of thing, but just
I haven't.
the Japanese culture in itself is such a kinky and weird culture.
Is it?
Yeah, which is so fun when you think about what you normally see of Japanese, when they're super humble, very organized, polite, strict, you know.
Yeah, I
They've
don't
got
want to
their
generalize.
shit
Yeah,
together.
exactly. But I don't want to generalize as well. But I think.
But it is a thing in
No.
Japan. Like,
Yeah, but I'm
they
thinking
are
that. Yeah.
overly kinky. Like, you know, you can go into this. I guess you call it a bordello, and it is a subway cart. Like they built a subway cart, and there's just a girl standing there in a short skirt, and you pay to go in and grab her in this train cart. Like that's a thing in Japan, and that's just one of the many things.
Yeah.
It's such a weird culture, is what I'm saying. I am very interested. Like it's super fascinating. So it's not like me trying to shit on them in any way.
No.
It's super interesting.
And when we
It's
say
such
this,
a-
it's not about generalizing everyone in one country that
Not at
they
all.
are extra, but it's some people in suppressed cultures, I guess you could say,
exactly
that act out the exact opposite from what they're expected to do, I guess.
Yeah, but
And-
mainly because they're known for it, you know. Because I don't know that Korea is a country that has all of those things, but I know that Japan has them because
No, they do
friends have
have-
been and documentaries
They have
have been
cuddle
made.
cafes.
Exactly.
They have a lot of things
When
that I've
like-
heard that is just...
You pay somebody like $60 to have them, you know, clean out your ears with one of those
Q-tip.
cotton,
Oh,
Q-tips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is such a weird
Like
thing. Yeah, just a lot of those.
Why?
Yeah.
It's so
Oh,
weird.
but there's probably like a psychological thing you could pass through there and just like evaluate why
Yeah.
some of these things appeared eventually, you know, like... Or,
And I'm
like,
sure it sort of helps the culture or people there stay more sane in a way, like because they have outlets for everything.
Yeah.
They even have a restaurant where you can eat human meat.
What?
Yes,
This-
you get to donate your body when you die to this restaurant.
What?
Yes,
Is that real though? I'm just like...
I obviously haven't been to this restaurant,
Yeah, fuck.
but Google it. Yeah, it might be. It might
and also
have turned
remember,
out to be a hoax.
remember, this is just two idiots talking.
Oh, yeah.
We're just talking, and we're trying
I'm basing everything off of hearsay and
Yeah.
stuff that I've read
to...
somewhere.
We know nothing
Like, I
about
know,
this, but it's...
never fact check.
So we're
anything.
just going to speculate the fuck out of this.
Yes.
Remember, this is not a facts podcast. This is a bullshit podcast
That's
where we
exactly
talk
what it is.
whatever the fuck comes up. Like in whatever, like usually the things that I say out loud, I register the second after I say them.
Yeah,
That's how
that's it.
fast these things are coming out.
That's exactly right.
And but it is like, where do you draw the line? I think like hentai is such a weird one for me. It's like, oh, they captured her and now like 1,000 tentacles, you know, that thing. Like just that thing alone.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
not even take it further than that. That thing alone. Like for me, rape causes anger when I see stuff like that. Even in movies. I know it's 100% fake. It upsets me so much.
Yeah, it's something that's grounded in to our being, I think.
At least for me. 'Cause
That's
I don't know
that's
if
why we don't read newspapers and shit. Like
Yeah.
that as soon as I read or see something about a woman being mistreated in a horrible way like that.
Yeah, but it's
I get-
children, it's women.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
I get so mad.
yeah.
And it just ruins my fucking day instead of like, you know, I don't feel happy after reading a newspaper. Like, how could I?
Oh, no, of
it's
course not.
all shit, which is why I normally or tend to stay away from all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, maybe, yeah, so that is definitely a line that I wouldn't want to cross. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
wouldn't
I wouldn't be
actively
able-
go look for rape porn or that type of hentai or hentai in general. Like, that
Just
doesn't
like
interest
hentai
me.
does not interest. Yeah,
No.
like it's just. It's
Like-
always been a joke to me, hentai.
Yeah.
It's something like, oh, you watch hentai, you like tentacle porn, you know, like all that. It's jokes. Even
Yeah.
penises for me
Yeah,
are
that's
kind of a joke.
'Cause
you
it
know,
is-
like it is.
It's a funny fucking thing.
Yeah,
Like, have you
it's
ever
such a-
seen a good-looking penis?
It's just such a
It's
dumb
like a
thing. Yeah, it's fucking a
piece of
slab of
skin
meat.
that's
Yeah, meat and skin. You're like, yeah, not a great look.
No,
Man.
exactly.
It's not a great look.
Which is why I don't draw them.
Yeah. No, but it's not only that. Like, I wouldn't be able to draw intercourse.
No.
Like, that would, like, for me, and I'm not a prude. I don't care. The thing is, it has no appeal to
No,
me.
exactly.
The act of it, fine.
Yes.
The drawing of it, no
No,
interest whatsoever.
Like, I can fantasize about it, you know?
About drawing it?
About drawing it. One day, Robert, one day.
One day,
you
I'm
will
going to
be-
become a hentai comic artist. I'm going to
Yeah.
draw comics in one way or another.
No.
I would love to see a poorly drawn hentai comic of someone that can't keep the style consistent, because I think that would entertain me and I would read the whole thing.
Like the guy who did the first One Punch Man. Like, his that style.
That is so fucking messed up.
Yeah.
And Attack on Titan as well.
Oh,
It's
really?
so all over the place.
I haven't seen that
And
manga.
they say that he gets better,
Oh yeah,
but yeah,
but no.
but no. Yeah,
Yeah.
but no.
So the anime is better then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is way better then. Because I tried reading after the first season.
Mhm.
They canceled it the first time.
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll read the thing. And then I was like, I'm not going to read the thing because it's shit. Like, I can't even know. Like, it didn't have any feel like the anime had. You
Yeah.
know, like they were swinging through the air and
So
shit.
good.
And that one was just ink blotches and lines and everything.
How fucking good was the first season though?
It was really good. Still with the fillers, but
yeah,
awesome.
But
yeah.
not like overly fillers.
I
you
don't
know?
remember now.
They
but
sort of
yeah.
made sense. But it was such a grown-up
Mhm.
show in a way, when everything else felt like Naruto-esque, and then all
Yeah,
of a
yeah.
sudden you have this, like the darkest shit you could ever imagine.
Yeah, they were fucking like they just like
The f-
smashed people.
The first episode,
Yeah, just-
like, yeah, spoiler alert,
yeah,
but
yeah, who cares?
the mom just gets, eaten alive by this
Eaten,
fucking
fucking
nasty ass
brutal, yeah.
giant thing.
and
it's
they're
so,
disgusting as well.
Yes, and they're so scary, and
Yeah.
everything is so horrible, and I just love it. Like,
No, but I think
Yeah.
that's why I liked that Akime no Killed as well.
oh yeah.
Is that
Very
it
dark.
starts out with these like 3 friends, and then like what the
Like,
fuck
nope. Mm-hmm.
by the end of that episode, and then they just keep Game of Throning it.
Yeah,
You're like what?
but that's also something. Like, and then we could tie that into this
Mhm.
again with like what's okay and what's not okay. Because do you think that's okay to have like very?
Graphic violence.
Yeah, exactly.
I love graphic violence.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, but the thing is, I love movies like Django and, where the killing is
A
sort
little
of like
over the
poetic.
top?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a bit, because for me, it's not real.
Yeah.
Like, it's not something I would like to do in real life. I just like it when things look
Real.
no, but it doesn't look real in that sense, but it looks like it's an art form
Graphic,
to
yeah.
make violence look graphically awesome.
Mm.
It's not like I want to go out with a shotgun and blow people up because that would be messy. I'd probably feel really bad about it and I would go to jail.
Most likely. yes.
And there's no, like, it's like I like doing, like, having sex. I don't like drawing sex.
Mhm. Same
And
thing.
it's same thing with the movies. Like, I
Yeah.
love graphic violence when it's like done in a way, because there are movies that do a lot of graphic violence and it's just badly done and I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then there's like people love John Wick. I don't enjoy John Wick.
I love it.
I don't think it's like, I think Django is how you should do it,
Mm-hmm.
and I think John Wick is not how you shouldn't do it
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
because I don't think that is. It's just there are worse movies than that one. Like it is still like it has some people in it that know what they're doing, but it's just not all the way for me.
I just love it. I
Like-
think it's so like because they really amped up the whole action genre
Mm-hmm.
and like because it's made by stunt dudes,
Yeah, but
they do the stuff they wanted to do and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's for them, And that's what they said. They just wanted to do their
no,
movie.
I get that.
And it's so cool that it was so popular that it spawned a whole
The
trilogy.
whole trilogy, yeah.
And probably more.
Because for me, if they would have taken the guy from The Raid
Yeah.
and then given him no lines and put him in John Wick,
That would have been
that would have been the movie I want
Yeah,
to see.
yeah.
Because The Raid, he knows what he's doing. Like,
He
even
is
if
so
Keanu Reeves
fucking good.
trains for another 20 years,
He's
it's
never
not
gonna
going to
reach
be
it.
that
No.
because it didn't start off young.
No.
And
he
there
was
is-
fucking, how old was he when he started?
The Matrix?
Yeah.
Like, too old.
Yeah.
For martial arts, I mean, to make it look real.
Believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like seeing... it's not as bad as Ben Affleck in anything. But, like the fighting, I mean, not the
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
And for me, like, if you haven't trained martial arts, most of you will not sell it.
Of course.
Because there's something about
You don't
your
understand
stance.
it.
You don't. Yeah, you're just reenacting something you've been told a couple of months ago, and that's not enough time to
No,
make it part of you.
Exactly.
I think that we could still, to this day, pull off martial arts looking things because we started off young,
Yeah.
and
We've
it
been
doesn't
doing it
look,
since
yeah,
since we started to get to know each other. When
Yeah,
we were
exactly.
kids.
And every
That's
time I
when
go
it
to-
started.
exactly. And when I go to a club and just like, they're like, have you trained? And I always say a little because I don't know what to classify myself as anymore because I haven't trained martial arts often enough
Oh,
in
you mean
later
a
days.
fighting club or
Yeah, any
something.
like Muay Thai.
Any
you know,
type
like
of
anything, like
martial arts
classes
Yeah,
that
okay.
I've gone on, like
I thought
sporadically
you meant
with
like
a
a
friend.
club going out. Like
Oh no, not clubbing, not clubbing. No.
Like,
Like,
hey,
I'm
do you
already-
work out?
Yeah, what's up, bro? Let me touch your bice. Never happened, thank God.
Touch your bice.
Biceps,
Bice.
my bice.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not Swedish.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That means poop in Swedish.
Yeah,
Bice.
Bice. That was
Uh,
funny.
Yeah. Wow. Just alienated half.
So long, people.
But what I'm saying is that when I go to a martial arts club, they're like, "Oh, you've trained something before," because it
They
shows.
yeah.
And it like, but when you see Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, let's go back a bit.
Oh my God.
I'm not like, oh yeah, that guy trained something for years, because no. If you see Ben Affleck in Daredevil, you don't go like, oh man, he probably did
He
a
knows
lot of
what he's
martial
doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or Jennifer Gardner or anyone else that isn't a stuntman in that movie.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. We're gonna get into
Oh,
that.
we're gonna get into that
We're
later.
gonna rip that one apart.
It ripped itself a lot.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah.
that movie has like 5 assholes.
Yeah. It offended
Everything.
every
Yeah,
fucking
fuck,
person.
it ripped
thing.
itself open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But going back to do's and don'ts.
Yeah,
I guess.
do's and don'ts. Yeah, I don't know what you should and shouldn't be able to do, but yeah, definitely you should. Like if you like that rapey stuff, like as a fantasy, again, just because you think you like the fantasy doesn't mean that you like the real deal. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Just because you draw it
I-
doesn't make you a fucking rapist.
Exactly.
And
So
that's
I'm
also
thinking,
a line that people need to fucking understand.
I know, and it's hard. You know, like there's no way of saying this without.
Difficult.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is very difficult. But hard is such a harder word.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. More impact.
Yeah. The thing is, yeah, like I like violence. I love graphic violence when it's done. I don't know, like it's
Right.
like a dance, and it's, you know, like there's a lot of work behind that. Like I love choreography. That's the word I'm looking for.
Choreography,
It's a
yeah, yeah.
choreography behind it. It's like a
It is.
dance.
It is.
of violence.
100%.
It's a dance of violence, basically, and
And
I
it
love
takes
that.
so much practice to
like
get
the
it right.
the when they film like one fight scene with just one take.
Yeah.
Like, that is insanely hard. If you've ever tried doing let's say a 5 like punch and kick combination
Yeah.
with another
the
opponent.
simplest shit you can ever think
and
of.
you try to do that in one take, it looks like shit.
Yeah. And
Most likely
And you'll do retakes and
Yeah.
retakes and
of
retakes.
the same shit.
And it's still gonna look shit.
Yeah. And imagine them doing like this like minutes long fight scene, like that movie that we like.
Tom Yum Gong
Yeah.
or
Warrior
Old Boy
King.
or
yeah.
yeah.
And you
all
just
of those.
follow this person like going upstairs and fighting like a
Yeah.
lot of
All
people.
of those.
And there's probably some mistakes there, but they look good enough to keep, and then they just keep doing that for
And
minutes.
that's why I need to defend the Daredevil show a little bit because
The
I know
Daredevil
you
show.
don't like the fighting.
But
in
it's
it
not that the
much.
fighting is bad. It's that it looks like, I don't know
Weak.
if it's the sound effects that are placed or if the way that they filmed it takes off some of the impact. But there's something. I need to rewatch it
Yeah.
like with fresh eyes.
But
But there's something about. But I appreciate it because it is one of those like super difficult.
And they
things
have
to
like one of
film.
those epic scenes in it where
Yeah.
it's I think 5 or 10 minute fight scene and it just keeps going.
Yeah, it's
Like
a long
it is.
one.
They have cuts in it, but they're done so smart you don't notice them.
Yeah.
And the cool thing there is that you can see him just getting so exhausted towards the end,
Yeah.
like he can't throw a punch anymore.
Yeah, I
Because
like
he's
that. Yeah.
it's normal. Like he's
Yeah.
a human again,
Yeah.
and we'll get back to that again. But that's
Yeah,
what
at the
Daredevil
end.
is.
Yeah.
That's what Daredevil is. He's just a guy who sort of can hear with his ears.
But there's super powered senses.
yeah, hear with his
Yeah,
ears.
hear with his ears. Wow, really?
Yeah.
He can hear with
He
his
can hear with his ears. Sorry, and
Yeah.
and nose and mouth.
And it would be cool to hear from you guys as well. Like, what do you think is okay? Is it just that you're offended by it?
Yeah.
Should that not be able to exist in your world because you don't like it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Where do you draw the line?
Yeah. What is your sort of pet peeve with this, like, offensive shit for you? Because
Yeah.
the thing is, it'll be offensive to you. Whereas I'm not offended by any of this,
Yeah.
but it'll still affect me in one way or another, you know, like, but it doesn't offend me. Like, I'm not offended by someone wanting to take pictures of assholes and then showing me. Like, I won't be like, oh, no,
No.
thanks.
I mean, if there's a person that could paint a painting with just one color on a canvas, then and call that art, then obviously a picture of an asshole is just as much art.
As much art, yeah,
As
definitely.
much art.
As much.
Yeah. We're
As
not
we did.
stopping anytime soon.
Some of them are deliberate, and some of them are just coming out.
They're all spontaneous. I
Wow,
think.
that
yeah.
was as well.
Yeah,
just
everything
now.
is coming out.
Coming out,
Coming out, assholes.
Coming out, assholes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, this
this
episode
is-
is going to be a fuck fest. Like, I'm not kidding, but that's basically what this has become.
It already is.
Oh, fuck.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Damn it.
Yeah. So what's your stance on the whole blurring nipples stuff on Instagram then?
No shit, I think that's the dumbest shit I've
Right?
ever heard. Why would one nipple differ from another one? Like,
Especially when it's artwork as well. Again, like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it's a drawn
No,
and
dude.
painted picture.
when it comes to that, I think Instagram and Facebook can go fuck themselves.
Yes.
Like, it is the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard.
100%.
If you're going to show one nipple, you show the other one. You know, like, if you're
Yeah.
going to show the male one, you should show the female one.
Exactly.
So there is no difference.
No.
But
No.
there is a different sexual load.
Just keep going, man.
Yeah.
Let's ignore.
I can't,
Ignore it all.
because now I'm hearing them as they
Don't listen to what you're saying
Yeah.
anymore. Let's just talk.
keep talking.
Yes.
Yeah, but there is a different tension to
Yeah.
the female breast, like sexual thing, and I guess that's what they're trying to protect us from.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have interwebs, so you can look at all the boobies that you want, no matter where you are and of what age. So it doesn't
Exactly.
really. They're not protecting you.
No.
They're
it just feels
they're-
unnecessary
No, but
in
they're
that
just they're making the female breast more taboo for no reason.
Exactly.
in my
and,
opinion.
And we've come so far in the whole gender equality thing. Well, we still have so long to
Oh
go.
yeah, of course, dude.
Like
We
we're
probably
not even
but we've
close.
probably said a lot of things in this podcast.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
that feminists just pulling their hairs and are like these idiots.
Yeah.
we're not denying it.
No, not at all. We are
We're not
we are
denying that
idiots.
one. Yeah, we're
Big time.
idiots
But-
with microphones though. Wooda! You get your own microphones.
Yeah, these idiots get a voice. We've come so
Something
far,
far.
that I think at this point it
Yeah, that
shouldn't
should
be a
be fun,
taboo
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Or we should have to blur male nipples.
Male nipples as well.
Like,
yeah,
that's
just make
the-
it.
the
Yeah.
equal thing to do.
That is
Like,
like.
it's either one or the other. You can't have it
No,
both
I
ways.
don't think. I think yeah, exactly. You can't just blur half of it,
No.
like half the titties
No.
in the world.
Exactly. So
But I wonder what that
free,
like,
free the nipple.
decision.
I'm
yeah.
still there.
Yeah, I think that was I knew it wasn't gonna work,
No.
but
Yeah.
the sentiment was good.
I mean, at least we tried. Well, I didn't. I didn't actually post any nipple slips or
I
anything.
had no nip slips to show,
No.
like, because mine were allowed. So
Oh yeah, that's
fuck
right.
that.
Yeah.
Just like posting other people's breasts on my Instagram. Just like what?
Just trying this out.
Yeah, then I'm the
Hashtag.
creep again.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, like, I love the human figure,
Mm-hmm.
but I have no like need to like upsize breasts or anything like that. I don't want, like, when I draw a female form, I don't want people to be looking at the breasts, you know, like they're there.
Yeah.
I've painted them, but I don't want you to just look at the breasts. Like,
No, that's
isn't-
not why they're there.
and my characters don't pose sexy anymore.
No,
like I did when I was young.
Yeah, but Danger Girl days.
Danger Girl days,
Yeah.
yeah. And like for me, that's not the appeal.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more sexiness when you get like an expression and like a body language
Yeah, exactly.
that isn't sexual.
But I
And
think
you-
that's again because we've
Matured.
matured.
Yeah.
Like
fuck.
we become older,
That's
so
so old.
like now
I'm
we
bringing
both-
back the boobs. Fuck this mature shit.
and we live with women now, which we didn't do back in the day. So like they're
Mm-hmm.
obtainable now. It's not as special. I don't know.
Actually,
What?
my ex, like way back now, she fucking screamed at me when we were I think like 13, 14.
When you were grabbing the GameX.
Yes, no. But actually, I was drawing. It was the Danger Girl / Gen 13 era,
Mhm.
and I was drawing, you know, like how I was seeing them in the comics.
Yep.
Because that was my frame of reference for drawing.
Exactly.
And she fucking screamed at me like, "Is that how you want me to look?" I'm like, "These are cartoons." You know, like basically that.
Yeah.
Because we were never interested in realism
No.
back then. We just wanted to draw comic cool shit, you know. And she screamed at me. I remember, like, was super upset. And I was like, "No, these are drawings. Like, this is
Like it's make
drawing."
believe.
Yeah, it's not like. And again, the thing is, this is what I like to draw. It has nothing to do with how I want. Like, if I draw something, I draw it cartoonish and exaggerated in one way or another, you know, like.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with my real life preferences because I couldn't draw any real life preferences.
I
you
think
know what
she
I mean?
just wanted to find something in there.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude,
'cause
definitely that.
Just always looking for something to like a subliminal message, or you know, oh, this is what, like she said,
Yeah.
this is what you want me to look like.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I was
I'm not
like,
good enough.
yeah, and then I was like, what? How did I was drawing here, and then now I'm in the middle of this argument,
Every
and I'm like,
relationship ever.
but that is so insane. Like, how the fuck did I get out to like shark-infested waters?
Yeah.
I was like in the kitchen, like drawing, and then now I'm here
Swimming in
arguing.
chum.
Yeah, I am chum. I am chum. When did I become shark snacks?
When I am
Yeah.
chum.
I am chum. What happened? Like, exactly, and I felt like a lot of that relationship was like that.
But
you know,
did that affect you in any way then?
no,
Like, did
kept drawing
Yeah,
the
there
boobies
you go.
and the way
maybe
that
even,
I
maybe even more.
I
just
didn't
to
do it more. I just
spite her.
the thing is, they weren't like, I wasn't considering the size boob I was drawing. I was drawing the same one always. Like, I didn't
Tennis
even
balls.
because I remember when I needed to draw like deviate from the standard size breast for some reason.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, how do I do this? Like, because I had no, like, it's something that I haven't thought about. I just drew them as J. Scott Campbell did, and they were never, you know, flat chested. And then at some point, I just like, oh shit, I want her to look a bit more like young adult. No, but young adult-ish, you know, like I was drawing like someone younger.
Yeah,
but,
still developing.
But
yeah.
but not, you know, like, but still like maybe 16, 17, you know, like
Yeah,
there's, and I was like, I can't make it look good. And again, I was like, okay, now I need to learn how to draw this. And then you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
just like we talked about last time.
exactly. And like all these problems started presenting themselves. And the same thing when I started drawing dudes. And I had to like reverse, like I had to make everything wider, you know, like, and try to like take what I knew about female anatomy and then like try not to make the dudes as female. Because I drew like these like superhero looking dudes, but then they had these like female waists. Because
Yeah.
when I look at myself now, I'm a bit more square as a person in general, you know, like the body type.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, I need to like keep that. Like there is no like waste happening. It's just like a
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
And you know, like you try to learn from those things, and eventually my characters grew into, you know, like become a bit less J. Scott Campbell sexy thing and more of, you know, the way that I draw them today. But that is like we're talking years. Like that didn't happen overnight.
No.
Some things I didn't even see the breast size. I just drew the sort of like, this is the standard template I draw in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And eventually you try to like, okay, I can't keep drawing that same body type. And then you like I started playing around with the silhouette of the whole body. And then like, okay, how do I make like a thick like lady with smaller boobs? How do I make a, you know, like a thick lady
change
with,
it up.
yeah, you're trying to like take all these things that you've learned and then try to like mix them together and make them work. And I'm not near like finished with that shit, but it makes you start thinking, because I've never tried to draw sex, you know what I mean? Like in that sense. So drawing, like, the thing is, boobs are not sexual to me when I'm drawing. Like, that's not what I'm trying to, like, none of my art, I don't want them to look sexy.
No, it's a feature that is on a female character. Like, you need to have it there.
Yeah, exactly.
To make it more the way you want it to look.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And it is.
There's no more thought into it than that.
No,
Like,
and it's
just
not
the way
that
it
I'm.
should be.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to give a representation of what I want in real life again. Like, that is my drawing in real life. I just like drawing. Like, and mostly I like the act of drawing more than the result that I put out. You know what I mean? Like, I can appreciate that I put a lot of work into it and that I've gotten better. But, you know, like, that is so fleeting. But it's the act of drawing that I enjoy a lot. And yeah.
And yeah. I mean, that's all anybody should really need to focus on. Like, you shouldn't have to worry about what other people think.
Yeah.
And again, something that we keep bringing up all the fucking time here. But stop giving a shit about other people's, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Use that energy on creating
Yeah.
cool shit.
Because it's your art. You do
Yeah.
it because you want to do it,
Yeah.
not because you want those Instagram likes and all of that shit. Every once in a while, sure, do something that pleases the Insta crowd, but
I
be
also
true
do-
to
yeah.
yourself first and foremost.
Yeah. But the thing is, that also makes me think about the people
Penis.
that draw sex and stuff. And also, it's part of what they like.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like that. I never, like, what I think in real life does not really represent itself in my art.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
there's, like, feelings, emotions, you know, like, I don't play that in my art.
Yeah. No, I remember us talking about
Yeah,
this.
exactly. A couple of episodes ago
Yeah.
about something or other. But I'm just thinking, like, the people that actually have the exact opposite, though, that where, like, their sexuality is, you know, like,
Yeah, it's
displayed-
represented
yeah,
in
represented.
every piece.
yeah, exactly, every piece or penis that
Yeah.
they've drawn. And I would love to hear about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it's so far away from my world of whatever. Like, it doesn't matter if it's non-sexual. It's still, like, not tied to emotion, you know, like,
Yeah.
in that sense, or, like, something that I do in real life. Like, surely there are influences from real life, like, affecting my art, but it's not, I'm not trying to express something. Like, I just want to draw cool shit.
My name's not Shirley.
Yeah, that is nice. Very nice.
That's interesting. Though. I just thought of, do you know Nia Svärd from Jakan? It's she's a, I think, primarily watercolor painter.
No.
But she draws a lot of sort of nude women, but more, you know, the classic life drawing
Like
type
fine
stuff.
art.
Fine art,
Yeah.
yeah, but watercolor stuff.
Nudies, yeah.
But I don't know, it'd be nice to talk to her maybe about sort of the middle ground, because they're very,
Just like, I want the extreme.
yeah, but, you know,
get
just to hear what she has to say about, well, one being a woman painting nude women and, you know, her thoughts and ideas about that, but also just the backlash that I'm assuming she gets as well, even
think?
though when she, yeah, I can only imagine her getting,
I'm having such a hard time thinking that anyone, because
but that's
fine
why I
art
want to
and
talk
nude,
to her.
yeah, because fine art has always been like a mainstream thing. Like, it's
Yeah,
never been
nudity
weird.
is in like as
but I
far
mean-
back as you can go.
But that's what I
looking at it.
mean.
Yeah.
And when it is, like, when it comes to that, like, even that nudity, it's like almost not nude for me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because but I think that's because it's not sexually loaded.
No.
It's like that thing is not there, that, what do you call, taboo or whatever you want to,
Exactly.
like, label it as. Like, it's not there. Like,
No.
as soon as she's, like, cupping her breasts and looking towards the camera or something,
That's
the
a
whole thing
different
changes. Yeah, and
yeah.
it can be just like a subtle thing. Like, the hand is on the chest, but instead of just being resting on it and looking up, she's looking in, holding the boob and looking, you know.
Or even just giving like a saucy look into the camera.
But I
like
think-
that,
but
that would
that-
also make it more
Yeah.
loaded in that
Exactly.
You know,
Like,
the
it
tension.
does, it changes the dynamic of the image, and it
Super
becomes
interesting. Like
wrong in the public eye, you know, or the offendees.
yeah,
Are you an offendee?
yeah, exactly. So if you are, take a step back and fuck your own
You know-
face.
No, no, but it would be interesting as well, like, seeing it from the perspective or talking to someone that is easily offended by everything.
Exactly.
Like, imagine that. Like,
brother.
giving a fuck. No, he's actually okay with all the wrong things and
yeah, that's
fine with all the right things.
Yeah.
Or not fine with all the right things. But I'm just wondering, like, how is it to live and care so much about everything and it doesn't affect you whatsoever? You know what I mean? But you do care. You put a lot of...
That is really, really
that would
interesting.
be very interesting as
I
well.
want to
just-
talk to these people.
Yeah.
So if you're one of these people,
no, because then they'd be outside this podcast
Yeah, that's
studio all the time.
you would never listen
Like,
to
I have opinions. I have more opinions. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe just keep them to
cool.
yourself.
And then you just hit the garage door, like, poking him out with a stick, holding them at bay.
Yeah.
I have more things. It's only been 6 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. What
But-
else do we have to talk about
When it
in
comes
regards
to,
to
like,
this stuff?
what you are allowed and not allowed to draw.
What else? Yeah, so violence is
Yeah,
something
violence
that we
is
haven't
one.
talked about
Sex
much
is
in
one,
art.
yeah.
Because we only talked about violence in movies.
Yeah,
What
but
about
I think
violent pieces of art?
I like it.
Yeah.
Like, it depends as well. Like, I just, like, I don't enjoy, like, if you just draw, like, I personally, if it has no context, like, it can still look cool. There are some people that can draw basically anything.
Because I did that most of my,
But
young adult life.
Same. I loved violence, and I still fucking love it.
Anything that's dark and scary, I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Just love it. I don't know why. Why is that? Like, I'm just immediately more prone to doing, like, the dark stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more interesting to me.
Yeah.
And it's not like, again, I did these, like, the little kids that were sort of dying as Christmas gifts for my mom, which,
Cool.
like, it's a horrible thing, but they turned out great. Like, they look so cool.
Is it those, like, decorations, Christmas
Yeah.
thingies? That
So I
you
did,
Yeah.
like, Sculpey sort of things where, two little kids without arms. Like, the arms were ripped off of their bodies.
And your parents love them.
Yeah, my mom
Thank
loves
you.
it,
Oh my
and she has her own thing. She's like, does it symbolize like the phoenix and the, like, rebirth in that
No,
sense and
just
stuff?
dead kids.
I just said yes. Yes, mom. Yes.
No, Mom, I'm thinking like you kill children and then they're dead. She's like, I raised a serial killer. I'm like,
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
But that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't rip the arms off a kid
Yeah.
and then hang them.
no.
I don't think.
As
So,
far as I know, I haven't done it.
but it's just like, because I didn't think about this piece. I didn't plan it out. I started sculpting. Well, it turned out into a baby, and then I just couldn't be fucked doing the arms because hands. See,
Oh, shit.
there we go. Sound effects. Like, that's how much I hate doing hands.
Practical sound effects.
But so I didn't do arms, and then I was like, well, what if their arms were ripped off? And that would be interesting. What would people think about that? And then that became a thing, and then so and so and so.
Oh, man.
So much of my art is so brain dead. Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this would look cool. Oh, yeah, this is like, what's the backstory? It would look cool. That's my backstory.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But I like the thing. I don't remember where it's from, but it's like, art is, it's showing what your inside looks like to the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, because I keep thinking is that what my inside looks like then? Like, is it that dark and brooding? But I also draw teddy bears and cute stuff sometimes. So
Yeah.
there's a balance.
But
There's
I
always-
guess we all have that. Like, if you're going to go, if you listen to this podcast, we probably said a lot of things, like, because, like, when we talk here, it's like machine guns. Like, the first, like, before I register the thought, it's out of my mouth and it's out. And then if I think about it, I'm like, oh, I don't stand for that. And
Yeah.
that's like 100 hours of recorded material where that is happening. But it's still happening inside my head. There's probably like a billion occasions where people are saying things and you're sort of like, your brain is taking it in and just making inappropriateness of it. And I'm not talking
Yeah.
about like sex jokes. I'm saying that you're just thinking racist things. You're thinking about, like dark shit, like murder, blah, blah, blah. Like all these things, depending on the context, like things are happening inside your brain that if you said it out loud,
You'd get arrested.
you'd get arrested. Yeah, exactly. Or you'd be a fucking maniac or something. But we all do this. Like, there is so much happening. And, like, our brains are firing fairly fast with the bullshit.
Dark necessities.
But it's just, it's all there. It's categorizing. It's generalizing. It's doing all the things, at the fucking same time. If you could see it in pictures, it would be just like, pop, 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 just firing,
Oh, yeah.
And then sometimes, like when you're in a dark room with your best friends for 30 years, that shit flies out. And then you're sometimes like, you got to cut that out. That is fucking serial killer talk. No, but I wouldn't
Thank
cut
God
that out.
for
Yeah.
editing.
Editing
Yes.
But and then we still like edit very little.
Yeah. Just very, like, the bare essentials, if even that.
Yeah, if even that.
Yeah.
We've said some shit.
Sometimes
We've said some shit.
sometimes it's just too bad to be taken away.
Yeah.
It just needs to
No,
be
sometimes you need to keep it there.
Yeah,
And also,
it's so funny. Like, that's what makes it, again, this is another art form for us.
Yeah,
and
it is.
It just is what it is. Again, we don't plan it out. We just create it as we go, and it becomes what it is.
And it's basically like before you, like, I think, like, to really judge something or understand it, even yourself, you have to make a couple of mistakes. This podcast is that experience. You know, this is not the
Almost
finished
100
piece,
times
but you know,
over. Yeah.
but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, this podcast is not the results of, this is the progress of, you know,
Exactly.
this conversation. Like, let's say my stance on gay marriage. This wouldn't be the, like, I am for it, but the thing is, the things that I would say with my inexperience would be the progress of, you know, like that.
Yeah.
And all the topics that we touch upon, like, it's, some of them were, like, we understand more than others.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this podcast is just talking through them. And then at the end that you miss, real life, basically,
Yeah.
that's where, like, oh, yeah, we talked about this and sort of, like, made me think about this thing.
Exactly.
And then you have,
The
like, an
podcast
outcome.
keeps going
yeah. Even when,
after we're finished with the podcast.
exactly. And that's, I think, a lot of these discussions, because there is no one else that I'm talking to, you know, like when we're talking, and that you spend so much time with.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
dialoguing or
Exact-
talking about it, and they're like, yeah, that's fucking weird, and I sound like a serial killer.
Yeah.
And I don't talk like that to my wife.
No.
Like, you know, like, yeah, I was thinking, like, you know, chopped up children look very nice on, you know, like I don't know.
In my mom's living room.
In my mom's
Yeah,
living room.
'cause
In
she's
Barbara's
already, yeah. We're
and
halfway there.
Yeah, but in this podcast, we do touch upon those things, and we do say fucked up things, and
It's a part of the thing.
it's
and,
part of the thing, yeah.
and it's our sort of secret language in a way. Like, this is how
Yeah.
we've always talked, and this is what we do
Yeah,
always.
yeah. And the thing is, I think, yeah, we've seen each other at our worst and our best, you know. And this podcast is just like, we understand each other, and we can say fucked up shit without me thinking that Robert is. But, but I'm just saying that, you know, like a murderer, a psychopath, you know, like, we can talk about these things. Like, we talked about rape and art. Like, if someone does that, are they a rapist? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think you should be able to draw that. But does that make, like, I don't have to be afraid of saying that and then Robert judging me on that. Like, oh, you think he should be able to draw rape? Like, who's to say? You know what I mean? Violence doesn't make a violencer. No, but I'm just saying that just because you're drawing something doesn't make you it. You know
No.
what I mean? Like, it's not
This
that
is-
simple.
This is what ruined our young lives. Like, when stupid kids started killing each other because they saw Power Rangers kicking,
Oh, yeah, that was
in the show.
fucked up.
and
Yeah,
then
that
all
was-
of a sudden, good TV shows became horrible, sucky.
Yeah.
TV
They're like,
shows.
let's all be friends.
Yeah.
Real life has no problems.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then life was ruined.
But then again, you know, like,
I get it, though. Like,
no, I get it too.
again,
but
it's the weakest link. You know, the society's weakest link will ruin it for the rest of us in that way because, well, these kids just didn't fully understand that it was a TV show. Who's to blame for that? I don't know. Was it the parents letting the kids see the TV show if they were too young?
and not explaining anything about
Or was it
yeah.
that they just didn't explain it? Or you know,
maybe just, you know, kicking other kids in the head, you know what I
that,
mean? Like,
that would be maybe a lesson you teach your kids pretty early on.
yeah, and I fight with my kid, you know, like, we fight.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I play around with him and we kick each other, and, you know, like, but it's,
But
I'm
you-
telling him, you can only do this at home. If you do this anywhere else, I will beat, no.
Yeah. I will rip your arms
I will-
off
I
and
will
make
do
you
the-
into
Yeah, exactly.
a
I
fucking
will
Christmas
make you,
ornament.
have you seen Robert's toys that he fucking sculpted, huh? Have you seen those? You'll be it.
That's you next year.
That's you next year. You'll be that Christmas gift. I'll wrap you up and everything.
Yeah. My
No.
mom will love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, your mom. It's like, that looks like a real kid. Yeah, it does
Yeah.
look like a real kid.
My mom is weird too.
No, but I'm just saying that you got to teach them, you know, that stuff. And is it, like, can you blame a TV show for your, you know, like, actions? No.
That's
like,
the thing. Like, how do you blame Mortal Kombat for doing like a school massacre or something? This
yeah,
is me
no,
pulling
no,
stuff out of
I
my
get
head.
it. I get it. But it's like, he played video games. That's what, like, you're just trying to find, like, a scapegoat for the thing that you need to blame someone, so you blame mundane shit. You know, like, you know,
or
like
comic books.
comic
like,
books
back
or
in the day.
whatever. Yeah.
All
the
of that
devil's music or, you know, like other bullshit.
Anything that's new and fun, you have to sort of
but
kill
I'm
it.
just thinking, like, when you watch TV at home, are you like, I should probably Game of Thrones some people tomorrow? Or like, no, you don't. Like, it's so fucking absurd when you watch it.
Yeah.
And you're like, when you see, like, the Red Wedding episode, like, my thoughts weren't exactly, I should do that.
No.
Like, no, it's just like, what the fuck? You know, like...
Yeah, well, that was everybody's reaction to that episode.
I know. And I heard
Oh,
Red
my
Wedding
God.
so many times as well, like, through the years.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't watch it until last year. And
Oh, man.
even I was like, oh, that's what everyone was reacting to. I get that now.
Yeah.
And I only, like, that, like, I understood it as soon as it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, what's the name of this episode? And then like, because I was like, I was so shocked that I had to go and check the title of the episode. And I was like, oh yeah, I get that now.
Yeah. No, I was the same, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd heard about the episode, then I saw it, and I was like, is this, this has to be, and then you check it. You're
Okay.
like, oh, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But yeah, it is like, you can easily blame things on, you know, whatever.
And speaking of Mortal Kombat, just to move on a bit,
Testicles punch.
have you seen, well, I'm assuming you haven't seen the movie, but that there's a cartoon Mortal Kombat movie that just came out.
What?
Scorpions.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I
Legend
heard
of
about that.
Scorpions,
Yeah, I heard about
something.
that like the other day or something. Like I saw it somewhere. I don't know.
I bought it, I saw it, and I'll talk about it a little bit later. That was just...
Should I watch it? Like, okay, tell me later.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
But just speaking of Mortal Kombat, so I don't forget.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
I
yeah.
loved Mortal Kombat as a kid because of the graphic violence.
There you go.
Like, you could pull people's skulls out. And again, you don't want to do it yourself. You just want to see it in a video game because video games are cool. Ripping someone's head out of their body is not cool in real life. It's fucking terrifying.
That's why you get to do it in a video game.
In a video game.
Because it just makes you do or allows you to do things that you're not allowed to do.
And you can't, like, pull someone's skull out with their fucking rib cage hanging on.
No, that
You know,
is physically impossible.
Very difficult
Yes.
to do. I'll let some physicists decide how hard it is, but
I can barely lift myself.
yeah, dude.
Off of my
I
bed.
could. I feel that I couldn't do much damage to you if I was holding the top of your head
No.
and trying to pull upwards.
Exactly.
Like, how would I get that shit to loosen? Like, how fast and hard would I have to hold?
I just assumed that would be a nice sort of head massage.
Exactly.
It's like, oh,
yeah,
thank
it
you,
is.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna kill you.
Shibi.
Yeah, sure. And
But yeah.
Yeah,
so-
it is.
but graphic violence, rape, sex, genitals, all of that stuff, what it all boils down to is that it's all art. Everything is art.
they blur the asshole on females only. Like,
Yes.
the male butthole should be crisp,
Because it
high
is.
def.
Yeah, yeah.
Ew.
Oh, that's a piece of art.
Ah,
Or maybe a piece of art sticking out of there. I don't know.
piece of just one of my drawings in their
Just-
butt.
Conkling.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool stuff, bro.
But yeah, so
But yeah, what is your opinion on this? Like, because of course you could, like, when we talked about like hentai and rape comics, you know, whatever, and then there's like probably the equivalent in porn as well.
oh yeah.
And the thing is, like, you could go darker. You know what I mean? Like, you can always go darker.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the combination of the
Yeah, fuck.
two things that we've
And-
talked about.
No, but the thing is, like, when is it not okay, or is it always okay? You know what I mean? Like, and for me, hentai, they're always too young. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
So
always going to
how-
be a little bit too
Yeah,
extreme.
exactly. And hentai is so silly, and it's
But that's the thing that I wanted to sort of talk a little bit
Yeah.
about, like especially when it comes to sort of the whole tentacle porn thing, because that's so out there that it's
Yeah.
just absurd. But when it's
if it wasn't
a
the
hentai
hentai
that's
monster,
just like a group of men
Yeah,
raping
yeah.
a girl.
Yeah, that would be so different. Again, the dynamics thing where you change
Exactly.
one element and the whole thing becomes illegal, basically.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's
And-
like the more real it is, the worse it is.
Yeah, and for some.
Yeah. For me, it is
That's
that
it.
way.
But for
when I
me,
can
it is
like
as
relate
well, like,
to it,
yeah.
it feels more,
Yeah.
Uh,
And-
so that's why I hate sort of violence against animals or dogs in general. Like because I'm such a dog person, I love dogs. So whenever I see something really bad happening to a dog, I want to kill everybody.
Yeah, no, but I have the same. Like growing up, I wasn't affected about people getting hurt.
No.
But when people were being cruel to animals, that got to me. I don't know why, but that had a bigger impact on me. You know,
than seeing a person
people
die.
live, because
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was for me movie magic.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Whereas animals, even though it also was movie magic, it felt more real.
Yeah. But it's probably because you didn't see that as much as well. Like if
Yeah.
that was a normal thing in every movie,
Yeah,
like
yeah, maybe that
violence
is it,
against
yeah.
people is,
Yeah.
we wouldn't think about it in that way. Or if we ate dogs or something
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
you
that,
know,
yeah, that would be different.
so many different cultures as well. Like, because I think just up in the north in general, we have this bond with animals in a different way because farm life and that was a bigger thing, and we had dogs for hunting and shit. So I think it's a genetic thing as well.
I
like
have no
that,
idea, dude.
Again, this is like another level to this, and it just keeps getting more and more
we
interesting
pulled out
in
of
my
our
head.
asses, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think about with everything said that we have said, my line would probably be, animal abuse. That's something that I couldn't bear to watch or see any sort of images of or movies or
Yeah.
even drawings of people being like hurting dogs or animals. That would get to me
Like
in a way that I
pictures,
wouldn't-
as in drawn pictures.
yeah,
or?
like if somebody had drawn that and that is
Yeah.
like their thing, animal cruelty,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
which
I have never seen.
I'm
I've
100%
never
sure
seen.
there's somebody out there doing that, or
there's
many people.
Definitely.
But it's,
Not for me. I think like the rape stuff is where I get a bit more touchy. Like, should they be able to? They should. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
that
it's-
if I'm gonna
it's
let
their
people,
thing.
draw this,
Exactly.
they should be able to draw that.
and I'm not saying they shouldn't
yeah,
be allowed to
exactly,
draw the
yeah.
animal stuff either. It's just that would get
No,
to me.
I don't
you
think
know?
if like drawing animal cruelty would affect me.
No?
Like, I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think for me, it's basically just like realistic rapey things that always like it gets me. Like when my wife is watching a documentary or like a movie, a TV show, it's
I'm the same.
100% fake. I know how they make movies, to some extent. Still bothers me every goddamn time.
That's why I can't watch The Handmaid's Tale. For
I
example.
can't watch that shit. No.
That it killed me.
I don't know. No, I can't. I don't know why. I just can't deal with.
Well, it's because you're a normal fucking person.
Yeah, I know. But I
It's
just
not a
mean
weird thing.
No, but I'm not saying like that. But it does affect me like
Yeah.
a lot. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't watch it. I can't. And also, I have a really hard time with people losing their kids in movies.
Yeah.
That one fucking kills me. Like, they can draw it as much as they want. That doesn't affect me. But when I can see sort of like when they manage to make the parent-children relationship real enough,
Yeah.
no fucking way. Like, I can't watch that. Like, that is...
But it
I
becomes
still-
too personal.
Yeah, it becomes very personal. Just, there are movies where they do weird fucking things with violence, and I appreciate it a lot. And if I can enjoy that side of it, you should be able to enjoy your side of it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make you a fucking serial killer, a rapist, whatever label you want to add. It's just a form of expression, or, like I don't know. It's just what it is. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't define you as a person. We loved violence as kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, real and fake, like, because it was exciting and it was, different and interesting in some ways,
Yeah, yeah,
even
yeah.
terrifying and, all the things.
And again, it's because I think it's because it's something that's taboo,
Yeah.
something that we're not allowed to
Definitely,
do or
yeah.
practice in a way. So that's why we were drawn to martial arts and,
Yeah.
and turtles and all this, because they stuck within like the frame of what's okay and not okay
of
with
course,
violence.
Of course. Yeah.
And I mean, that's the smart move of the TV show making the bad guys into robots, because it's
Yeah.
okay to dismember robots.
Yeah. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah. So
Like,
like,
that's not the comic. The real comic, they just chopped people.
oh yeah. Yeah,
Fucking
they fucking died.
shark jump.
Yeah. But
But yeah.
yeah, so I think we could go on forever about
No, but
doing
the
this
thing is,
and
you
just
could go
talking
into-
about
yeah.
the same fucking thing over
Yeah,
and
of
over and
course.
over again.
And there are probably some dark areas that we haven't touched upon, but we would love to hear from you what you think, what makes you react. Where do you draw the line? Are people okay to draw like all these different things no matter what side of the spectrum they are? And how should they be censored? Should they be, and when it comes
should they be?
Yeah. No, but exactly. Like, should they not be allowed to do anything? And when it comes to Netflix, streaming, movies, however you consume, like, should that stuff be there, or is that not okay for you? Or, because for me, I think it should all be there.
Yeah.
But if you're going to have like some really graphical stuff that people, like the younger people don't understand or have context for, that should be, somehow, like, you need something that they can't crack that easily.
Yeah.
But to get it a hold of. But like, my stance is you should be able to, have most things online. But then there's a line where I wouldn't want some stuff on Netflix as well.
Of course.
There is definitely a limit to what I would call mainstream or like whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we all have our limits somewhere. There's something that we just like, fuck that.
Yeah, and I think the more we think about it, the more we're gonna.
Yeah, dude,
realize,
it's just like yeah.
But yeah, so for me, I'm always gonna be pretty okay with almost everything.
Like liberal looking.
Yeah,
that sounds like fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, who cares about that fucking shit, anyways?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let people do their thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
And as a follow up for this, we're gonna try to find a guest that lives this life a bit more than we do, because we don't draw penises.
As you hear.
Yeah, and it'd be
some,
interesting to get like some
their insights.
Yeah, their insights, their experiences, maybe some hate, whatever has been, or maybe they didn't get any hate.
Yeah.
People were like,
Fuck, who
it's
knows?
fucking he just makes a living, and then he draws a boob and a dick. But hey, who knows?
Who knows?
And how do they deal with that shit? So
Yeah. So we'll try to find that person, or if you have any tips, let us know. And moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Boobs out of here.
Boobs out.
But not female boobs, manly boobs.
Man boobs.
Unblurred, HD,
Yes.
4K.
Slightly hairy. And not that
4K,
large.
and not that large.
Yes.
Wow.
Any tools today?
I haven't drawn shit, so.
No shit. No drawing.
But I have done, at work, I've used spine, and I've done some stuff like that, but nothing else. Spine is awesome, by the way. You should learn it.
That's 3D, or is it animation?
No, it's a 2D animation software.
Oh, okay.
It's fun.
Cool.
It's fun to make, like, chop up your characters and then make them move.
Oh, yeah.
It takes a bit, like, getting used to. For me, I have a different sort of way of thinking, and I'm not used to animating, but it is fun. I've made some effects. I've done some little things.
Nice.
And just by sort of like imagine like a radial blurred little circle, like so it fades out, as the further out on the circle it goes.
Yeah.
And then you just like animate it like it goes like you close you drag the alpha down so it disappears, and then like comes back in, the opacity basically.
So it's like an endless loop.
So it just like pulsates, and then you have like this little light thing that also does like, it's just like I'm playing with lights basically. I have add-on, and then it just looks like it's glowing, and then
cool.
like you just like it basically, what do you call it when it just like
pulsates?
Yeah, that's what it does. It pulses like
Oh, nice.
it's just like little things like that I'm doing, and adding them, to, like a symbol or something to make it look pop, or, like, so it's stuff like that, but it's fun. And I'm just seeing the potential of doing some cool shit together with After Effects that I've totally forgotten to. So I'm just trying to learn as I do.
As we do.
Yeah. And it's been months since I did it last, so I'm just so rusty, but it's so much fun. And I'm animating some stuff this week as well, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's going to be fun. It is fun. Like, they just like, this is your second game, do some stuff. You're like, yeah, cool. And it is fun and cool, and a bit stressful, though.
Well, I think that's how it should be. Just, like, imagine how boring it would be if it wasn't that way. Like if it was just smooth sailing all the time.
You mean like working on Candy Crush for 7 years?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
It was cool.
Yeah.
No, but I do get it, and it's fun.
Yeah. Variety spices up life, you know, and all
Especially
that
the variety that you have no clue about, and you have to Google basically everything.
shit. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
No, it's fun.
I started the 6 fan arts thing.
And it looks badass.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
pushed me even more not to do it.
No, but it was only because I had those 3 cancellations.
Oh, sure.
Otherwise,
yeah.
I wouldn't have had time to do them sort of the way I did them. And I totally went the opposite way of what I said I was going to do. Because I said I was going to hit the Purpur sketchbook again and do it traditionally and scan them and then do blah, 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 blah. Nope.
Like you said, if I don't get lazy and do them digitally.
Yeah.
And you did.
I got
predict it,
lazy
yeah.
and I did them digitally. It's because I had started Jeff Goldblum in the iPad just to sort of sketch. And then I just kept sketching him out and finished him. So I just kept on going and have them all in the same format and all that shit. Like, again, I'm drawing them in the Instagram large portrait format.
Oh, you're drawing them that tiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know why. I just it's easier. I can have more layers that way. Like
Oh,
just-
yeah.
I can just
yeah.
keep filling the thing. And I don't think it affects the quality because I don't want
Not on
them
Instagram, but
exactly because I don't want to do anything more with them, and that's
Okay.
why I do them on the Instagram format. I don't want to make T-shirts or prints or anything. This is just for Instagram. So why do them any bigger and waste space in my precious iPad?
The cloud, bro. You
The
gotta use the cloud.
I am using the cloud. I am.
You have to use the cloud.
Connor McLeod, iCloud.
The Connor McLeod iCloud. There
But
can be only 1 gigabyte.
but now I'm not getting any more cancellations. Well, hopefully. So I'm having a real hard time doing the
Yeah,
last 3. So
But didn't you do another one? I saw something.
I'm still working on it.
Which one was that? I saw it.
It's X-Files one.
Oh, yeah, shit. And you did a double one on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Boom.
Because I thought, why choose Mulder or Scully? And I just fucking did
When
the
only one
X-Files.
matters. No.
Yeah.
Is that the remake or the original?
The original.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's not a
No one-
remake.
Yeah.
It just continued. I haven't seen the last.
Yeah.
They did that.
It's a remake with the same actors.
They
Fuck.
did the last 6 episodes or whatever it was, like that had a premiere a couple of years ago. Did you see any of that?
Nope.
I remember
just, like,
seeing
not interested.
like, the first 2 episodes maybe.
It's been too long.
Yeah. And it didn't deliver at all.
I saw Californication. I was like, that guy cannot be
Exactly.
the same Mulder that I've seen.
That's the thing. He became instead of
Mm-hmm.
Mulder. Well,
Yeah.
he's always going to be Mulder as well, but
But young Mulder, not
Exactly.
later Mulder.
No.
Yeah.
and then he did another show like Aquarius or Age of
what?
Aquarius, which is it feels like it's the same show, like Californication again.
What?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've only seen like the
Because that
cover
was
of
his
it.
like comeback, basically.
Yeah,
and
and it was
it's
good.
Yeah, it was really good,
I
and he
love
was
that show.
horrible.
Yes.
But the thing for me with that show, I don't remember why I stopped watching it, but I get tired when characters like 3 seasons in doing the same
yeah.
mistakes that they were doing in season 1.
They haven't evolved.
They
in any
haven't
way.
evolved. That's why I loved, Breaking Bad,
Mhm.
where
'Cause
he just
it's
like
a continuous
a
evolve.
continuous
he
fucking
becomes-
thing. Yeah,
He
Like,
becomes what he becomes.
Yeah, I think there's like maybe season 3 where it slows down a bit and you get a bit frustrated,
Well,
but
you
then they
have to
keep
have that, I
but
think.
they keep like
Yeah.
by the end he's like both the beginning and the end's character. You're like he's
Yeah.
become something else, and I love that. Like I
Yeah.
love it.
Even physical transformation, like
Exactly.
losing his hair and all of that,
Yeah,
and getting
exactly.
the goatee and shit. Like, yeah,
And I love
that's
yeah,
such a good
fuck.
example,
But
actually.
and how it's sort of
That's-
like fuck.
That's why that show is so timeless in a way too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to revisit it again.
not yet, at least.
I don't think it's gonna age well.
but they
Just
use
like
no
Sons of
CGI or
Anarchy and all of that
I
stuff.
haven't
Like
seen that one in a while.
last time I saw the whole show, like I enjoyed it, but it had lost its sort of charm or
Yeah,
whatever.
Okay, yeah.
So it has sort of stayed in its age,
Okay,
and we've
moved
come a
on.
long way.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid that Breaking Bad will be sort of the same.
Okay.
But I did like the El Camino movie. Like,
I haven't seen it.
oh, you haven't?
No.
It was sort of nice. It sort of shows you the stuff that you didn't know you wanted to know what happened.
Okay, yeah.
And sort of brings like a little bit of a closure to the whole show in a way.
Yeah, okay.
So like if you like the show, definitely you need to see that episode. It is like, see, I even called it an episode. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
But it is a part
feels
of,
like an episode,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
just a delayed episode. And the only part that sort of takes you out of it is that he has grown. Like the
sure,
actor
yeah.
is older and they haven't de-aged him.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
he does look
like
different.
Cranston or the other guy?
No, the
Jesse.
Jesse, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
Yeah,
I don't remember. But yeah, going back to the 6 fan arts, it's just derailing as fuck. It's just really, really difficult for me now to even sit down and sort of even think about what I'm doing next. I have a plan in my head. I know it's going to change. And at this point, I only have 2 more to do. But that makes it even harder now because now I only have 2 left to draw and I want to paint all of them. Yeah. But no, 1 is 100% and I have to do it because I've wanted to do this character forever. I'm not going to spoil it. And then just one last one, which I'm very much debating constantly. Like, yeah. I want to do like a really badass female character. So I need to go through the list and see.
But I think you did one. Like,
Yeah.
she looks awesome. Like,
I had so much fun drawing her.
I think that middle one was really cool. I don't know who she is, but I love
So I think, yeah, so this one is The Craft, and
is
then there
it the Fairuza Balk, Nancy Downs?
Nancy Downs. That's
Yeah.
it. Fairuza Balls.
Yeah, Balk in
Balk.
the movie, and then Nancy No?
Nancy Drowns or Downs,
Yeah, that's the character.
The character's name,
yeah.
which
but
is
her
what
name
I
is
drew.
Fairuza Balk.
Yeah. It's funny. I haven't really seen her in anything after. She had like
No,
that.
I remember her. She had like
Right?
she was in everything in the 90s.
Yeah, and then just like poof.
She had this like super scary look when she looked crazy.
Yeah, that's why I wanted
Yeah.
to do that image of her because it really, like, as soon as I got that suggestion, I didn't recognize the
Yeah.
name, so I had to Google. And as soon as I saw her, I was like, yes.
You found
oh
that
my
image
god,
as well,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly, because
Ah,
she
you-
does look
really
so
good.
crazy. So I did, like, I wanted to go even more, like, have more fun with it and like exaggerate stuff, but it just, I don't know, it didn't lend itself to do that too much, and it just stuck with the style that I'm doing. But I had so much fun drawing her, and that's why I want to do another female crazy character. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways,
Just take that one and make it into Edward Scissorhands because it really does
Yeah,
lend
yeah.
itself to that.
she really, feels like she based her look off of Johnny.
Or they did at least, yeah.
Yeah, but the sad part about it is that I haven't drawn anything on my Tango and Cash one. All the energy has gone to the 6
this
fan
one,
arts
yeah.
ones. So yeah, it is really procrastinating at this point. Like, so I shouldn't be doing it, but fuck it.
No, but I think you could use that energy and maybe like
It is sort of sparking up some
Yeah.
more motivation for me to keep going. And now when I look at the Tango and Cash one, I see more like potential than total disaster.
okay, yeah.
So it just feels nice again.
But I think also just having the break to, like see the mistakes that you couldn't see a while back, maybe is a good thing as well, instead of finishing it in a week.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then like, motherfucker,
Yeah.
because you're going to have it at home for a while after it's done, and it's not going to age like a nice
No.
wine, It's going to be like a wine. Robert drinking the nice wine. Hello, comrade.
Yeah. But I'm still
Yeah.
debating on how to finish it because I need, like, I was talking to Anna about it, but I need some, like, intense color pop in it, something that really catches the eye and makes it more interesting than just my normal type of gray posters that I do. Even doing, like, the Jimi Hendrix type spray color stuff wouldn't really work with this, I think. So with this, I'm thinking more of a graphical approach
Is there
like a solid
something
color.
in the movie Tango and Cash that you could, that is a bit abstract that you could use
So
as a thing?
What I'm using now is the maze pattern. So
Mm-hmm.
in the movie, he's got the 2 rats and he puts them in the sort of little maze, like the bad guy.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have that frame the piece a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one. So it is a very graphical type of element. But then, I don't know, just something in the background, maybe the same intense red that the text or the title is. Maybe connect that in a way, or I don't know, something. Obviously, Anna said this like as soon as I started sketching the whole poster, and she was like, maybe you should, but I never listen to her, of course, until it's too late, and then I take credit for those great
what
ideas.
have you painted it in right now? Is it markers?
No,
or
no,
is
no.
it just going pencil?
Just pencil at the moment. What I've started flushing out some stuff, and that's going to be the normal Copic gray
The
wash thing.
yeah.
And then we'll see how I take it from there. Like maybe there'll be a new layer on top with something different that I don't know. I always leave room to experiment a bit with all of my pieces, even if this is a very big and time-consuming piece, because I love doing that and it's so much fun and it makes it more interesting. I love the fact that I can't control every element of the process that I work with, which is why I love color sort of splatters and drip effects, because they are just what they are. Like, you can't control it any more than applying it.
The cool thing about drawing that big as well is that, like, when you add like the highlights and stuff, you can work with a lot thinner lines and control that. Whereas in like your Mad Max piece, now that I've looked at it with fresh eyes, some of the white outlines and stuff, like the highlights, they're so thick, and the images are so small already, so they sort of like, they break it a little.
Yeah.
Whereas here you could control that spectrum of thin to wide a lot better.
Yeah.
So that's going to be super cool to see as well.
And also because just building on top of that, when you do thicker stuff, that is more of a choice.
Yeah.
And it becomes like just this added thing that looks even cooler in a way. Like if you add a big black outline on something when it is that big, it just pops. Whereas again, like doing it in the smaller format, you have no choice. It's just I don't have a thinner pen.
No, it's already small. Yeah.
So that's also
it's
really
gonna be
interesting.
fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see like what you can do with like everything. And also you're working on white now, so you're not working on that toned sketchbook thing.
It is gray though.
It is gray.
Yeah, it's a gray paper, but
that it was. Yeah.
But it's subtle gray.
Yeah,
So,
it's
like
not
the
as
white
dark.
still pops, but not in the same way. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. And again, it's a shitty thing. I can talk about it, but I can't show anybody. So it feels.
Oh, you're not.
I'm not allowed to post anything about it. Like that's why I only
shit.
like show you guys in the group, because it's a hidden thing. Every once in a while, do like a little sneak thing in a story, but I can't post like the actual process of it. Yet. It's gonna be like when it's finished, I guess. Towards, I'm assuming sometime in August we can start like really promoting the stuff we're doing.
Okay, cool.
We'll see what happens. I'm waiting for directives. Even like if the show is going to be a show or not.
Yeah, motherfucker. Totally forgot about
that.
that.
They wrote us an email and said that no matter what happens, it's still going to be a show. But, depending on what happens, it's probably going to be a digital show.
Yeah.
So, I might not be able to go to London to see the exhibit, which is really
that would suck, yeah.
Because I want to meet like the
dudes.
big famous artists. Speaking of that, I guess we could say that as a little extra tool thing. Yesterday they released an independent sort of short film talking about movie posters today.
I saw something about that.
Yeah, so
the revival of
the
blah,
movie
blah, blah.
poster.
Yeah, exactly. Where the fuck did I see that?
I think I shared the AMP one. Like,
maybe
not. I know that I shared it.
Oh no, I saw it on their page. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Because I saw their AMVP thing. Yeah.
Yes. But let me just quickly check what it's actually called, and then Elias can talk some.
I saw it yesterday.
Talkie. Here we go.
Yeah, cool.
The
Save it.
resurgence of the movie poster.
That's it.
The resurgence of the movie poster. So it's just pretty much, I think these two girls, I just made that up. I don't know.
2 girls and a poster.
Yeah, 2 girls on a poster. No, these people made this short little documentary interviewing today's top poster artists and how sort of what they think of the industry today and like just the rise of the alternate movie poster pretty much, which is a thing now.
Yeah, I love that there's an alternate movie poster from the original like studio ones that usually look very studio.
Shitty.
And
Yeah.
like
Everybody loves the floating heads. But just, fun recommendation. It's fun to hear sort of what Paul Schipper thinks about the industry and how he works and stuff like that.
and what does he sort of like think? Because he's clearly doing a Drew Struzan thing.
Oh, yeah. That's what he said, too.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, because I don't know if he does his own thing with it. You know what I mean? Like, because it feels
looks
like
it's Struzan.
It's Struzan, yeah.
Yeah, I think
but there is a difference in their styles, of course. But I'm just thinking that, like, I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that how does it, like, because he's just doing that basically.
Yeah. But it works, and he is one of the top-ranked movie poster artists today.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like
So-
he's walking in someone else's footsteps,
Yeah.
which is a fine thing to do. But I'm just thinking that
Yeah,
I guess it gives him a lot of challenge, and he loves the thing. So yeah,
Mhm.
I guess it's like not that weird either.
No. And it was fun to see, because I always thought he did a lot more digital stuff and just made it look more traditional. But
Okay, no,
he draws by hand the same way Drew Struzan does.
oh, he does.
Yeah.
Oh
You
shit!
get
I
to
thought
see
they were
him.
digital.
You get to see him draw the stuff.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
So that was very enlightening
Yeah, that's
and
different. Yeah.
felt good, because obviously I'm always like more for the traditional drawn poster stuff.
And I can appreciate people being able to do both well.
Yeah. And that's the good thing about this documentary as well. Like, they show everything. So yeah, just a little extra tip.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll watch that. Where is it?
YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Resurgence of the movie poster.
Cool. That.
And it was cool because they had like the premiere yesterday. So you got to see like a little timer and shit. And I got a notification when it premiered. Yeah.
But it's gonna be there. Like they're not gonna take it away.
Yeah. No, it's there. It was just like the first viewing.
Mhm.
But yeah, other than that, just trying to finish everything that I'm working on.
Mhm.
Plus also still make money, and just very,
All the
very
things, yeah.
thankful that I still get to go to work. Even though it hurts me every time I go. But yeah, it's so weird. I'm so conflicted, like, because I need to go, I need to work, I need to get that money, but I don't want to go. I don't want to get on the fucking train.
Yeah.
And
I think the train is one of the places. where
exactly.
you
If I had my own car or like
Mhm.
any other means of getting
Of
to work
getting
that
to-
wouldn't
yeah.
take me 4 hours, I would definitely just do
It's
that.
fun that you say that as well, because I was like, every Monday, I'm so happy to be out of the house.
Mhm.
But
The train.
but it's just the trip among people feels like I'm doing something wrong. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
I should be at home.
Yeah. I can't look anybody in the eyes. I'd sit and just look out the window.
No, I do
and
my
just feel
usual thing,
stupid.
but yeah. But it's just like I'm aware where I put my hands, and I've noticed that I touch nothing.
Yeah.
I touch nothing, and I was just thinking about it. It's just like, how much am I touching? You know, like and I'm just like, I'm not touching anything. Like, so that part is safe.
Yeah.
But then again, at some point you will touch something. You know. Like,
Yeah.
And then you
Like
go
just
in,
walking up
walk-
the
yeah.
escalator or something.
No,
and
no,
you
that
just-
even there I don't touch anything. But I know that I usually drum on the side or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
you know, walking up or
Because I think about it all the time now, and I
So-
know that
okay.
like, I do tend to just, if I'm standing waiting for the
Mhm.
train to stop, I
Yeah.
will be holding like one of those
Oh
things.
shit!
and
Okay,
Just
okay.
like, being relaxed and shit. Now I always have gloves on, or most of the time.
But then again, taking off and on gloves, you're gonna touch the glove. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like
yeah,
at some
exactly.
point.
So it's already,
Yeah.
and it's all about just remembering to fucking wash your hands or do the
Mm-hmm.
alcohol thing. But
But then again, like even like I'm very aware of the touching, and since this Corona thing started, I was like, okay, let's see if I can. Because in the beginning, I was just like on the handrail. You just like touch it for no reason. You're not losing balance at any time soon.
No.
It was just like I was drumming on the way up. Holy shit.
Whoa.
Robert's famous.
Happy 420 was the message. Yay.
But yeah,
My colleagues are finishing work.
you joining them later?
No. I am joining myself at home, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like I've gotten so aware that I've stopped touching things
Yeah.
because of this. Like it's changed my behavior.
Yeah,
like,
same. And that's going to be interesting to see when all of this is
shit.
over.
I'm gonna just go back. I
How will
think.
people react to each other? And will there be more hugging and kissing, or will there be less? Will people be afraid of
Do
each
you
other?
think
or-
you'll change? Because
Yeah,
I've met
I think
people
so.
that still give hugs, and then
I mean-
there's people that don't give hugs.
I am a hugger. Like
That was same.
I
Like,
will always
I
be
touch
a hugger.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, I touch
Like,
everybody. All
Not
the time.
in like the dude where's my cart type
more,
of
more in
touching.
the Trump way.
More
yeah.
in the Trump way. Oh my god. Welcome to this podcast.
Yes, offending everybody all the time. No,
grab
so
him by
I,
the hand.
I know that I will be changed. Like
I
I
won't.
think I will, like, in the back of my head it's always going to be there.
You
like,
think so?
But
I don't fucking
I'm
think
not
so.
gonna change. I'm still gonna be the hugger and I'm still gonna be that dude.
Mhm.
But just that extra thought in the back of my head, I think,
Really,
won't go away.
I think I'll just revert back into like.
But
me
it's
always. I don't think.
and
I'm-
this is like not to offend anybody or
Yeah.
make anybody angry, but every day I am with somebody new that I haven't sort of been close to or know, and I don't know where they've been. So I always think that, like, every time I meet a new client, it's like, well, they probably have corona. They're probably gonna like infect me or somebody else or blah blah
But
blah.
that's not wrong right now.
I know,
Like,
but that's because I've done that so many days now during this crisis. It's been imprinted, and that thought just automatically.
Don't you do the elbow high five thing?
Yeah, we do.
yeah,
Of course.
'cause-
I mean, that's the normal way of saying hello in the tattoo industry, anyways.
Is it?
Yeah, elbows.
You corona
we
was-
always.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. Again, like, my life hasn't changed at all.
Yeah. No, but
I even
same.
say hello in the same way. But yeah, no, we do that with clients now instead, or maybe do like a fist bump, but then alcohol all over the place. But I'm so used to always giving my clients a big hug afterwards, or if it's a client coming back, obviously they're gonna
Yeah.
get some love because I'm so happy they're
Please
giving
let go,
me more
Robert.
money.
Please let go.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's like, I don't know. That's what I'm missing. I want to have that back, but yeah,
Robert needs love.
I need love. I need the loving.
He needs love. Because I don't know the lyrics to this song as well, of course.
Yeah, I didn't know which one you were singing until that last
Yeah,
murmur
last
part. Yeah. But all right. So with that murmur said, let's jump on to the
To the
really
next
important
thing, yeah.
stuff. Yeah, the important stuff. That was all Ilias. Yeah, all cred.
Exactly.
All cred.
All
All
cred.
cred goes to the Illy. Illy Manili.
But you gotta cut that comment out because I need that sound to be the thing that comes before the thing. Yeah, or just separate them so that thing comes after.
No.
Your
We do the
praise.
thing, the sound, whoop, 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 and then we do the sound. And then you say all those stuff, and I say all the cred goes to,
Yeah.
and yeah, all of that
And
stuff.
you've heard it 3 times.
There you go. Like everything else in this podcast. Yes, just so you always remember everything we say. So you always remember everything that we
Or
say.
the- yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't remember it at all.
Exactly.
Like we know what we've said before, but when you refer to something we said before, we don't remember
no,
that.
no. Because
Like Thomas said something like, listen
Thomas-
to that episode from a week ago. And he was like, the thing you said. And then he replied to whatever we said. And I'm like, I have no fucking idea. And I haven't replied to him yet.
I know Thomas.
Yeah. My name is Miguel. I know Thomas.
Every time.
But the thing is, I actually the package that I've been talking about that I haven't sent about the people getting that Melipnots thing.
Oh, yeah.
Correct? Like
All the giveaways.
months ago. I think it's from last year, like December.
Oh my
maybe?
God.
This November. I sent it, motherfucker.
So no more complaints.
No more complaining.
getting it.
You never complain, dude.
Yeah.
You have like the patience of what I thought I had. I like the thing, how I saw myself. Yeah,
The thing.
the thing.
The thing.
I have no patience.
No.
And Ubalancerad, Robin, you're awesome, dude.
Yes. And thank you for all the support.
Yeah.
Always.
And also, he and Thomas both listened to the end, I was told today.
Woo!
Because they listened to the end.
They
and
have no
heard us.
lives.
No,
Congratulations.
but Thomas said, like, my work, I'm so alone. I have no one to talk to. I was forever alone.
Yeah. And here, yeah.
And with that,
Thank you.
That's a perfect segue into this movie.
Which is about
Come on, Daredevil!
Ben
Yeah,
Affleck.
and it's not that, yeah, exactly, that Netflix show.
No.
Like, yeah, Daredevil. No,
No.
it's the 2003
Shit show.
shit show.
Yeah.
Like, it's basically whatever we said earlier when we were, like, getting fucks and dicks and hard out of our mouths. It's this movie. That was perfect. That was perfect. Like, I couldn't have said it better if I had planned it out.
Getting hard out of the mouth.
Yeah,
so good.
dicks and hard
Yeah.
out of our mouth.
But yes, so
Yes.
this is all Ilya's fault, actually, because we did sort of have a different movie we were going to see, which was a good fucking movie. And then last episode,
Why did I think of this
I
movie?
don't know, because we just brought it up and then you were like, oh, I haven't seen that yet. And I was like, oh, damn, we definitely need to see that. And you're like, let's see that next week. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
There were some Irish
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
one as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So almost there, man.
But still, not a single regret.
Regret, yeah.
It was an awesome experience seeing it.
Wow.
And
And I had not seen it.
That was what made this experience so awesome. But holy fuck, did I forget.
up.
Never again.
I can't wake up.
I'm gonna go to sleep. Yeah. No, this movie was by far the shittiest Marvel movie that I've seen thus far.
Yeah. Oh, man. And it doesn't start off all that bad.
No,
That's the thing.
no, it's got potential throughout the whole thing. Really, it
Oh, no,
does have
has
potential.
some scenes.
You
like,
can tell that it's based off of something that has potential.
Like, potential,
right?
right?
Yeah.
It's like it's, where have I seen this before? Yeah.
But yeah, so
And who is this Marvel that they keep talking
yes,
about in the
Marvel.
beginning? Marvel?
Marvel. I think the R is silent.
Yeah.
So
Or
Mavel.
silent.
Mavel.
Mavel. Mavel Comics.
Mavel. Not your navel, but close.
Oh man. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. This
So-
movie though.
So this really cemented Ben Affleck as the superhero that he is.
Mm-hmm.
After doing like all of these awesome movies like Dogma and Good Will Hunting and Pearl Harbor and Armageddon and
They were okay.
All of
but
them.
This movie,
yeah. So this is sort of where I think
he Armageddon's his career.
I wouldn't call it a downfall. I would call it like, what's faster than falling?
Paycheck.
Yeah, there you go. That's sort of what happened. So
Wow.
he crashed so hard after this, or his acting career did, that he actually had to start directing for reels. So, and that's how he became awesome again.
And that's how he got a paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
Whoever
paycheck.
gets those jokes, I'm just gonna you're welcome.
Oh my God.
Everyone I lost along the way, you're also welcome.
Worth it.
Worth it. Yeah. Alienating everyone.
But
But
all
yeah.
right. So what were for you the good stuff to take with you out of this?
Out of this
experience?
movie? Like-
yeah.
I like the idea of this kid and his boxer dad.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah.
Do they squander it with weird fucking lines and,
Computer
and
effect.
computer effects? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't have a problem with the main story that they're trying to tell. Ben Affleck is not a bad actor in other movies. But I don't think this is on the actors, though, because I've seen a lot of these actors in stuff where they don't look like complete morons.
They're all pretty much Oscar people. Like
They're
they've
just-
all gotten Oscars for their
for
acting,
something, yeah, for something
which is
or other.
crazy.
And so what I like about this movie though is
Jennifer Garner's boobs.
Jennifer Garner's boobs, like Jennifer Garner in general.
Yeah.
Awesome. Not in this movie, but awesome.
Yep.
I like the thing, the kick on the fight scene in the dark.
The cage.
Not all of it, just maybe one piece of it.
Yeah.
One like 2 seconds of it, but it has like some potential to
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah.
But then
They did some good stuff in it.
exactly, maybe there's something else good as well. Like the soundtrack is fun, not
Not
be
in the-
added into this movie.
No.
But like out of context, like not related to this movie. Like it's a good way to find it,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't have it in this.
Exactly.
It has like some fun songs from our youth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm having a hard time defending this in any way. Like
Yeah.
there was potential.
But for me, like again, we did talk a little bit about it in the previous episode, and if you haven't seen the movie, like it's really fun to watch again with like a friend, and
yeah.
really shitting on it because
Now
it's
you should be
worth-
able to talk
yeah,
throughout
while
the movie.
watching. Yeah,
like
exactly. That's gonna
Robert
make it
even
better.
like in one of the action scenes in this movie, Robert pulled up his phone. Robert does not pull out his phone
No.
lightly.
No,
like
no,
he's
I
the
do
person
not.
that gets angry at other people checking their phones. This is how bad this movie is. Like
I actually had to IMDb Ben Affleck's career. That's what I did.
mid action scene.
Yeah.
Like I need
I'm
to
like, how
Google
bad did
Yeah.
it get after this? That's 100%
Like when
true.
the action scene has only like been 2 seconds in, and you feel like you have to check the actor's career after
Yeah.
those 2 seconds.
That's how good this
That's
was.
how good this movie is.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
it's
But for me, like the biggest giveaway or takeaway, I mean,
takeaway.
is Colin Farrell as Bullseye. Because I just, again, like he is so bad.
No,
But
dude,
you can see that he's like, he must have had so much fun with this character because he's so over the top. Like extremely
but I
over the
feel
top.
like they're all over the
Yeah,
top.
yeah, yeah.
Like not Daredevil. He's
No,
just
He just
not
looks like a
great.
derpy derp. Like,
yeah.
but Colin Farrell is like,
he
the
also looks like a
typical-
derpy
Yeah,
derp,
oh,
but
yeah.
in a different way.
for
Yeah.
sure. But he is very similar to the bad guy in The Phantom. You know, who like, I'm talking like this and like very,
yeah.
it's
It's
like
like
a lot to
but
take
this
in.
movie
you know.
suffers from that as well.
Yeah.
Like we'll talk about it. Keep going.
Yeah. But just like, because you could see him having so much fun with the character, it just makes me enjoy the character so much more, even if it is that bad. Like, it's just so extremely ridiculous that it's, fun.
Yep. Somebody just threw up out there.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh no!
Zombie-
Let's never
zombie
leave.
infected.
Yeah.
So definitely, like, just fun to see Colin Farrell in this character, and then making fun of Ben Affleck.
Mhm.
Like that's also so much fun. Like every time he removes the Deadpool mask, Daredevil mask.
I wish.
God, I feel like I need to wash out my mouth when I even said Deadpool in talks with this movie.
Yeah. Ugh.
God, sorry, Deadpool. No, it's just like every time he removes the fucking helmet, he looks more and more retarded. There's that word again. But he really does. Like he looks
That can
like
offend me.
he's definitely been lobotomized at some point. Like
Mhm.
or they just placed his eyeball in the wrong way or
No,
something.
but I think it's something that Ben Affleck does throughout this movie. Sometimes he just looks normal and blind, and then sometimes he crosses his eyes,
yeah.
so he looks like I know that people can but choose the one look or the other. Don't go back and forth like with your eyes
No, exactly.
going, like cross-eyed and not cross-eyed all the time, like playing around with that.
And I don't know what the rules. I don't know how. Like, if you're born blind,
Yeah.
is that how you get that? Because I
don't know.
I've
Like,
met
that's the
blind
thing,
people,
yeah.
and they do get sort of cross-eyed and stuff. Like their eyes are a
Okay,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
like
Okay.
Ben Affleck looks, which is
No,
like,
I've seen that as well. Like
he,
that's what
he
I'm
sells
saying.
it in that way, but he doesn't sell it good.
No,
Like,
but it keeps changing it up. Like,
That's
are
the
you
thing.
supposed to change? Like, like for
that's-
me, it just breaks the illusion of blindness.
and because he
That he keeps.
he's not blind from birth. He gets blind.
Yeah.
Does that make your eyes do that? That's something that I would like to know.
I have no idea.
I'm not gonna Google it.
No, but the thing is,
but-
I've seen people play blind people in movies before. It doesn't have to be realistic. It
No.
just has to be consistent for me.
Oh my God, this feels like well, you've seen Tropic Thunder.
Mhm.
You know, never go full retard.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Never go full blind. That's probably
Maybe
a thing.
that's it. Yeah.
Like
it's
just
like
it's not believable when you make it too real.
yeah.
like, you
but
need
it's like
to-
movie violence. There are ways to like punch people for real,
Yeah.
but it's gonna look fake, and
Yeah.
then you do a fake punch and it looks real. Like
Exactly. Yeah, and same with like sound effects with guns and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. Like it needs to be the movie way for us to accept it. If
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the real way, like normally the bullet hits first and then the sound comes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if it's a sniper thing or whatever.
I think even Jackie
Yeah.
Chan did like we don't hit with like a crooked like a bent elbow, like
No.
you know, because you don't see it. But if you stretch your arm and pull it in front of the other person's face, and you know, like and swing past it,
That's
it
gonna
looks
look
like
like-
you're really punching them for real.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the actual punch is that where you just like you do a hook,
You don't see it.
you don't see it.
No,
like
no,
it
no.
doesn't look like anything. Like it just looks like bad fighting in movies. And then you
Exactly.
do like this open, like fucking sledgehammer.
Yeah, that you can
swing.
block
Yeah,
like
a
5 miles away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That looks good in movies.
Yeah.
And I maybe
makes
it's
sense.
something about that as well. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, just the term cinematic, you know. It needs to be cinematic.
But I think sometimes, like even with effects, like if they're consistently bad with the rest of the movie, and you don't like, because some movies they're filmed great, and then you get to the CGI and everything changes. The movie doesn't even look the same. Like
Yeah.
the sky's different, everything is different. When that happens, that brings you out of it. You know, like this, and now we're in CGI land.
Yeah.
And when they do, like the movie is filmed crappily, and then the CGI sort of matches that. Magic.
Yeah,
That's like
that-
Kung
it
Fury.
works.
You
Exactly.
Know, like,
That's the best
it's
example.
all shit.
But it's like it's
The-
tacky shit,
It's tacky and consistent shit.
which
that
makes it
you-
awesome.
It makes it awesome. Yeah, and I think
You know exactly what you're like in for when you see the thumbnail of the,
Yeah,
the movie too.
it's
Like,
yeah, exactly. You know,
it's all out there.
Yeah.
They're not hiding a single fuck in this
and
thing.
they're not trying like, oh, we got a budget, so now the CGI is
Exactly.
you know like.
Do you know what is happening with that? By the
No,
way,
I heard
Because
a lot of
Hollywood,
actors hopping on and then nothing. But I
They
guess
bought.
it takes time.
They
yeah.
bought it, right? Like
I
they bought
I
the
don't know
rights.
if
and
they
stuff.
bought the right. I don't know, but
Anyways,
a lot of famous
Hollywood
people
is-
were jumping on it. Yeah,
yeah, I hope they do something with
oh,
it,
I hope so too. Like,
just to keep making.
but I
fun,
hope it
stupid
doesn't
stuff.
get Hollywood fine. You know, like the thing.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be. But
Yeah.
I want it to be consistently shit.
Yeah,
Like it was in the first one, because it's so over the top. But they never break the illusion of that. Like
no.
they keep it in the same universe. It's not 3D land and
no, exactly.
and normal land. Like, it's all just over the top bullshit.
Yeah.
They don't even have the sets that they're filming. They're all CGI. Like,
Yeah, it's all green
do
screen.
you have a permit for that? And then he puts the skateboard and flips
So
the car.
cool.
It's just
Oh my
dumb
God,
shit.
that's so cool,
and that's
though.
something. If I had seen it in another movie, I would have been like, no.
No.
But in that one, they keep it like.
Plus, we saw it in the trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
long before the movie came out. Like,
yeah,
for
yeah,
the
for the
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, yeah,
which
and
was-
it was perfect.
That sold me into it 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like as soon as I saw that, for one, it's like those early 80s to 90s skateboards with
Yeah,
only
yeah.
one tail.
Yeah,
Just that, and then the boombox, and then the Uzi, and the
And those
Lamborghini,
guys, yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
just everything from the 90s that we grew up just drooling over, pretty much. Like I've never been a big Lambos fan.
Mm-hmm. no,
really,
no, but I can still appreciate
Yeah.
the from the era. Like
It's just like, yeah, Vice City.
Vice City,
yeah,
exactly. It's
that
basically
thing.
that with all the other action movies all in one, and
Exactly.
then dinosaurs and Hackman, and
Yeah.
like all that.
And yeah,
Good
it
stuff.
just gets better and better. So good.
And then like they have Nintendo stuff, with the hacker dude,
Yeah,
and
all of that
just
good stuff.
all there. Yeah,
Brilliant.
aren't they
Brilliant.
fighting a big arcade machine as well at some
Yeah,
point? Yeah.
in the beginning.
Oh, that's it.
how
Yeah.
it starts.
Cool.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Or not. Oh, so good.
Yeah, Daredevil. So
Yeah. Not equally good.
I mean, there's not a lot more to say about Daredevil other than it is a steaming pile of garbage that still was a lot of fun to watch.
It was a lot of fun to watch, and knowing that these characters are great. But the problem with this movie again is that they're trying. Like there are moments where you're like, oh, this is not a pile of steaming shit.
Exactly.
And then the second after that thought hits your like.
You get slapped in the face with reality.
With reality,
Yeah.
and they do something like so over the top stupid or say something, you know. Oh man, it's like the little kid. Like we're gonna spoil this, by the way, just if you're new to this.
Heads up.
For example, he gets this toxic waste bullshit in his eyes, and he goes blind. Okay, and now he can do backflips.
Yeah.
What?
For some awesome reason. Nobody knows. Like,
Yeah, he's like, oh my god, I can hear really well, and then does a backflip.
Yeah.
Like what? How does that fucking play into it?
exactly. It makes no fucking sense. And this is what I said in the beginning of this episode. Daredevil is a dude. He's a normal guy. He's like Bruce Wayne, but blind.
Except that one scene where he jumps really high
Oh, yeah.
for
except
no
that.
reason.
Yeah, that too. Like,
Yeah.
again, he gets superpowers, but in the wrong way. Like they even mess up his senses thing in this
they
movie.
don't. Yeah,
which
they
is
just,
his.
it's just the hearing,
Yeah.
and it's all.
It's
They
like-
only use the one sense. Like
Did they even read the comics?
I don't-
Did they fucking understand?
I understand that they changed shit up,
But why?
but they didn't do it well. Like he can only hear if something vibrates.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Then like he made like how
A
bats
sonar,
do,
yeah.
a sonar thing, and that's just one of the things that Daredevil can do. But
Yeah.
in this movie, that's all he can do, and he's basically blind,
Yeah.
which he is, the rest of the time, and they keep breaking their own rules. So he can handle bullets, like passing by his ears
He
and
can
shit.
see bullets.
Yeah,
Like-
but he can't handle train noise.
Exactly.
Like.
How?
Have you ever heard a bullet up close? It is fucking killer.
You get death. Like,
But that's what I mean. If you've ever shot a gun without hearing aids,
you get that.
like that
and
fucking sound
Yeah.
is
like there's a very big risk that you are gonna blow out your eardrums.
yeah.
Especially if you fire indoors, which I haven't done. I haven't heard
done it. I've
what
just
that
done it
sounds
outside,
like.
Yeah.
So, like, he would definitely be deaf.
No, definitely. And but he's super sensitive to trains.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
breaking into the station, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, because they're so much louder than guns.
That is so weird. Yeah. And they keep breaking all these rules.
They break so many rules.
Yeah.
Even the killing rules and all of that. Like, there's so many things to nitpick and dissect in this.
And you can normally like when I watch the Spider-Man movies, the newer ones, not the old ones that are a pile of garbage.
The Holland
But
ones.
yeah, the Holland ones. There's even stuff in those movies that I don't like.
Of course.
But they're so minimal that they're not even worth mentioning.
Of
and I
course.
can't even think of a specific
because the
thing.
rest of the movie is like good enough to sort
Amazing,
of
yeah.
make it
But
not
this movie,
noticeable. Yeah.
they keep doing these mistakes. Like, okay, so
It's the
Daredevil-
opposite.
Yeah.
It's a total opposite.
Yeah, it's just so much shit that
All the good
bits,
stuff
yeah.
gets ruined. Yeah,
by
exactly.
it, yeah.
Just like you said. Like,
But it's just simple.
second after a good thing happens,
Yeah.
something
Follow-
really fucking shitty is
Yeah.
just right there. Bop.
But like it's simple. Like use the practical with the CGI. How hard is that? Like we've learned that through the fucking years.
Exactly.
It's easier to pay a parkour guy to jump over a little fence than it is to have a digital team make a fake Daredevil jump over it. Mm-hmm. Like
So time consuming too. Like,
such
I
fucking
can just-
idiots.
like
Like
imagine the amount of money they could have saved by just hiring, like, not even a big team of parkour dudes.
no, they just need the one.
The one,
Like,
yeah, like let's say they hire 3 just to have the
yeah, still cover the budget of
the
the
3
fucking CGI.
main people that actually do fight, so they
Yeah.
can do like proper stuff and just utilize them.
Yeah, but I was just thinking about the like climbing the wall things because he doesn't Spider-Man it. He
No.
fucking parkours it with CGI.
Yeah.
Like, why? There are people that can do that well all over the fucking United States.
just to give you a good example of how it should have been done, Casino Royale, the opening parkour scene.
Oh,
Casino
shit. Yeah,
Royale.
that guy. You just have that guy do it. He's awesome.
But that whole scene is awesome. We just saw it like the other day. That's why it's fresh.
Okay, cool.
But it's
Yeah, I
so
love it.
fucking good. Like,
the-
I'd forgotten how good that movie is.
Yeah.
It is seriously
But
one of
that
the
movie
best
does-
action movies.
But that movie
ever.
does everything right.
Yes.
Does James Bond fight like a martial artist? Not
No.
at all. Does he parkour like a parkour guy?
Hell no.
No, he just jumps through things.
Yeah.
Because he's fearless.
Exactly.
The rest is just bullshit. He just fails at everything and he doesn't stop.
He's a smart guy. That's the cool thing.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like he fails, but he is just utilizing his environment because he can't do the parkour stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Like, how the
he's
fuck am
really-
I going to climb that? Oh, I'm going to take this crane thing. And he just, because he knows how to operate machines.
Yeah.
So he uses that. And he takes the lift and he takes this thing and that thing and he
Yeah.
runs through that wall instead of bounces over. Like,
over,
all
yeah.
of that stuff. And it's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have Daredevil.
That's super dumb, apparently.
I'm like, that's all I need to say. You have one good movie and then you have Daredevil.
Oh, man. And the fight between Elektra and, like, Matt Murdock and Elektra, like, without their superhero personas, the first time they meet, they fight. And it sucks.
Yeah.
So much. Like, it sucks all the dicks that...
We've been
where's my
talking
car?
about.
Yeah, any dick.
All
Yes.
the dicks from
All the
today's
dicks.
episode.
Every time we've said dick, they suck them. Like
Yeah.
that's how bad this movie's fights are.
Yeah.
And why didn't they use the guy that fights in the dark? Because that's not Ben Affleck kicking.
Hell no. No, that is
And
that is
that-
somebody that knows how to kick.
Exactly. He must have gotten so angry that he quit or something. Because you don't see that guy anywhere.
I'm assuming they just spent all of his money on the CG stuff. So like they only could afford that one
that
scene.
one scene, and they were like, "Oh, dude,
Sorry,
we
man.
gotta let you
Yeah.
go." Yeah,
we gotta do
We
some
got
CG
Ben
stuff.
doing his own stunts. And when you see Ben
Yeah.
doing his own stunts, he makes Keanu Reeves look like a martial arts expert.
Oh my god, yes.
And
Dude, I haven't even thought of that.
yeah, like,
That's another
and
positive with this movie.
I'm talking about Keanu Reeves like years ago.
No.
No. I'm talking about like Keanu Reeves today. Like he makes old Keanu Reeves like when he had done a couple of months of martial arts look good. Because it's the biggest pile of shit you've ever seen. Like a dum-dum doesn't even think that's cool. And if you do, you should probably fall down a flight of stairs and face reality because it sucks. Like this offends me, okay?
Yeah.
This offends me. This is not art. This is bullshit.
Yeah, this is something different. This is a different category.
Of bullshit.
Yeah. This shouldn't even be on DeviantArt.
Yeah.
Like, that's how bad it is.
Yeah, exactly. This should be I don't know. There should be a sub-internet for this. Like not this internet that we all use and love, but another internet that you have to pay extra to get access to, and it's just Daredevil.
I just realized something. There is a category for this. It's called Ben Affleck superhero movie.
There
And
you
they
go.
have their own.
And their own-
That's their own thing. There's not a
The
single
Ben
good
Affleck universe.
one. There's not a single good one in there. Holy shit!
The BAU.
Oh my god!
Have you seen the BAU? Ben Affleck
The
universe.
BAU too. Oh man, this is perfect. This is so good.
Oh,
Oh,
Ben Affleck,
shit.
you got to do more movies.
Yeah, man. Add to that fucking universe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus
wow.
Christ.
It's so hard to love this movie, and every time Colin Farrell like leaves a room or something, he swings his leather jacket
it's
made
cool.
of snakes.
kind of. Yeah,
Kind of, I don't-
apparently.
Yeah, like he's an Irish
Yeah. Snake
leather
charmer.
leather wearing. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he always points at his like forehead. We're like, yes, we know you're bullseye. You've been tossing shit all this time. Like, we get it. You're bullseye. And everyone makes bullseye's jokes. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Bullseye.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
And the-
not my fault.
And they actually added that into that character. Like, the real character doesn't have that. He's got this really stupid suit on. But,
I've seen it.
yeah. Yeah. So they thought this was the smarter move.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, it would have been equally stupid with the purple spandex
Oh,
suit.
dude, this movie wouldn't have gotten worse because of that.
No.
Maybe even a bit funnier.
Yeah.
If
Like, them embracing it
yeah,
more or something.
maybe they could have had. I'm thinking Green Lantern do like a cameo in the next
Ooh,
one.
Yeah, nice.
Just bring the old cast together.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
I think the only one that feels like a real actor in this movie is Jon Favreau. Feels like
Yeah.
the same character he always
He's
plays.
just Jon Favreau.
Yeah. No, but that's what I mean. Like he's the same. Like he's basically just like redoing what he did in
Yeah,
Iron Man,
he's
Spider-Man,
happy.
all of them. He's just happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
But he's always been sort of that happy character.
yeah.
Like even the what's it called? The first movie, sort of, where they with Vince Vaughn and
Oh shit.
what's it called? Not Slackers, something.
Yeah, I know which one you mean. Oh fuck.
Dude, it's not even. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it. All right. So another thing that I wanted to talk about in this little retro.
Are we done
segment,
with
We're done with.
Daredevil, right?
We're
Because-
fucking done with Daredevil.
So Daredevil gets all the dicks out of
Yeah.
all the dicks.
Yeah.
Like he gets like I'll throw in some extra dicks because that's how much
he
this-
gets all of mankind. Yeah, that's what he gets.
even dead people count, so he gets a lot
Oh, yeah.
of dicks.
Yeah, the dead dicks.
The dead dicks.
So from one crazy franchise to another,
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, shit.
Let's talk about it.
Uh-huh.
This was equally horrible
Oh no.
and awesome.
Really?
The fighting scenes are not that good, unfortunately.
Oh.
But it is from.
But it's a cartoon.
Yeah, it's
they
from
failed.
the same. What's his name? Jason Liu, I think, the guy who's done pretty much all of the good Batman animated movies or Justice League movies and all of that stuff.
Oh.
All of those cartoon films.
The director?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did this one as well.
The DC ones, you mean? Yeah, the
Yeah.
ones on Netflix. Yeah.
So I mean, it's an easy transition because it's all under the Warner Brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
But and you can tell because like storytelling wise, it's really nice. It's good. And so it's without spoiling it, it is. I mean, the title of the film is like Scorpion's Legacy or Scorpion's Legend or whatever it is. So it's about Scorpion and how he became Scorpion. Just saying Scorpion a billion times today. Scorpion. Get over here.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what I wanted to say. But I was like, now Robert's
Waiting
going
for
to
it,
talk.
waiting
Yeah,
for it.
and I just wanted to let Robert talk.
Anyways, it's super dark. Like it is so horrible. Like with all the stuff that you said that you don't want to see, pretty much that's in this.
Cool.
No rapey stuff, but pretty much everything else.
So dicks. I've said
So-
dicks a lot.
so many dicks.
Probably a lot of dicks.
It is not like the old Mortal Kombat games. It's definitely more like the new ones with the X-ray stuff, and you get to see everything, which is very horrifying. So don't show your kids this.
No, I wouldn't watch Mortal Kombat with my kids at
No.
all. Like, it does not lend itself to that.
But another cool thing is that I think it ties well into the first Mortal Kombat live-action movie
What?
in a little weird way. And I'm just going to leave it at that, not explain that in any way.
Where can I see this?
I bought it on PlayStation Store.
Oh.
So I'm assuming
It's
it's
there?
on...
Like a little movie?
Yeah, you can buy movies on the PlayStation Network.
You can?
Same way you buy games. They have a subcategory
What?
for movies.
I've totally missed that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I have so
I
many.
go there all the time and
Really?
check, because I'm a
Dude.
Plus member thing.
Yeah.
So I check what games I get for free and I
There's a
download
lot
those.
of very good cheap movies too.
Really?
Yeah, and they have
What?
like bundles and all this
The
stuff too.
fuck?
I
Where
bought
the-
like all of the Jason, like
How
Friday the
have I missed
13th
that
movies
they have movies
for
there?
150 crowns or some shit. Like
So the PlayStation Network has movies. Wow.
yes.
Okay, I had no idea.
So that's where I got that, but
Cool.
you can definitely find it on any platform you can rent or buy movies.
Yeah, I'll rent it.
But yeah, fuck. What more can I say than that it's like it's very awesome to see that they're taking Mortal Kombat into this, doing this with the Mortal Kombat franchise. I guess cartoon movies. It sort of reminds me of the good HBO Spawn series.
Oh, okay, I've never seen that one either. But
It was a lot darker and more true to the comic book
Mm-hmm.
in that way. And this was everything that I wanted to see from a Mortal Kombat movie, pretty much, apart from the bad fights. There's some cool stuff in there, but most of them feel like a bad action movie.
yeah.
So keep that in the back of your head, and then just sort of enjoy seeing Scorpion come to life.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because
My problem, I think, with Mortal Kombat in general, after being like when I grew up a bit, because I loved the first game, I loved the second game a lot. It cost 2,000 crowns whenever it came out. I don't remember the year. Yeah, and we bought it. You know, like it was like all the games were sort of like on shelves. But Mortal Kombat 2 was locked in a glass case.
oh shit!
And we had to go there with my mom.
Oh yeah, I guess it's over 18.
Yeah, and to buy it for us, and my mom did not fucking care. Like, she wouldn't let other kids come to our house and watch violence, but she didn't give a shit what we did. So, remember when you were at our house and she forced us to go to bed at like 8?
Yeah.
We never fucking went to bed at 8. Like,
Exactly.
it was just like she was trying to show off to your parents, apparently.
Yeah,
Because,
probably.
we fucking...
My
like,
parents never made me go to bed at 8.
But that's what I mean. And she just like forced us. I remember you were upset. I was upset. And we weren't allowed to watch like violent movies. But then when you weren't there, we were allowed to like basically smoke and watch movies, you know, like just to exaggerate. But she didn't give a shit. She bought fucking Mortal Kombat 2.
There you go.
And
So she is a good mom.
so she's a good mom, yeah. But we bought that motherfucker. I think my brother actually had to bought it because he wanted it, and I bought another game, and then we had those two.
We
games.
only rented it because back then you could still rent games.
But we only did it for the violence, and I think growing up later, when they made the live action movie, the first one, what I liked about it, and I think like it's not great, but what I can appreciate now is that they tried to make the characters something.
Yeah.
Like they tried making, what was his name? Liu Kang?
Yeah.
They tried to make Liu Kang fight for a reason. They made, like
Johnny Cage
be like
Sonya,
this. Yeah.
Kano,
They
yeah.
gave them a purpose for existing. Because for me, these games, they're basically just glorified violence.
Well, then you're
like-
gonna enjoy this movie a lot more, I think, than that one.
Yeah, because
in
I
that way.
like when you try to make the characters, like, even if they come from a violent past, whatever it is, if you don't, like, even the bad guys are interesting, like, they're not just violent for the sake of being violent. Like, there is a drive or, like, a revenge, like, a thing that you could relate to, but they've gone further.
Yeah.
Like, they've
Yeah.
gone mental because that's how they're, like Chronicle,
Yeah.
like the character there. You
They
like
just-
him
yeah.
until he goes bananas.
But you still like him.
You still like him, yeah. You see where he
But
came
you
from.
understand why he became.
And that's what
that
I
way.
need
Yeah.
from stuff today. Like,
Exactly.
I can take the violence, like, I enjoy it. But if it's just for the sake of making violence, then it's just like, yeah, but anyone can do this,
Yeah. Yeah. And that sometimes it feels that way in this movie
Okay,
because
yeah.
it is a Mortal Kombat
Yeah, but
movie.
in Mortal Kombat,
So
you
it's
sort of accept it.
yeah.
Like, it's expected.
You've come to expect
Yeah.
it for sure.
Yeah, because Mortal
and
Kombat without the violence is just weird.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it delivers for sure.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can say that I really sort of got hung up on was the look of Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
They
Like
didn't-
the actual with the mask on, or
Yeah. It didn't look good. Like, because what they based him off of looks awesome. Like, I
Oh,
love
okay.
how they made the character now, but it just didn't translate well into the 2D.
yeah.
But I think that's sort of
But he's human, like in this story. Okay. So
No,
they play with both sides. Okay.
I can't really say.
No, but that's okay. That's okay. Then I see. Like, I get the gist of
Yeah,
like.
I don't
they
know how
do.
much of the his backstory you know, because I
No,
haven't
not at all.
researched
Not
anything.
at all, dude.
So
I
for
know
me, it
nothing.
was
I just know that
very-
he's not human because apparently when he pulls off his mask in the game,
Exactly.
he's
Like
a
if you play the
skull,
game,
and
you
he
know.
shoots fire out of his
Exactly.
mouth, and you're like, that makes
How?
no sense. He's a
Exactly.
ninja with a ropey thingy.
Yeah,
So
like
it's okay.
because
It's Mortal Kombat.
that it's good that you said that because
Yeah.
that is sort of you need to remember how
Yeah.
extreme this shit
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'm really interested to know what you're going to be thinking of, or like how.
Yeah, okay.
what you think
How
of-
long is it? Like 1 hour?
Yeah, 1.5 hours. Like
It's a fucking one.
It's a
and half?
movie.
But the Warner Brothers things, like
They're
the
all like 1.5 hours.
are they?
Yeah.
I thought they were just 1 hour long.
No,
Man, that Court of Owls one, which one was that? That is so
Son of
good.
Batman.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good. God damn.
One of my favorites.
The best one for
Now,
me, actually.
there's a Superman one called Red Sun, which just came out a couple of months ago, which is really good.
Is it on Netflix or just a rental?
No, it's one of those
So they've
rentals.
stopped adding them?
No, they do, but it's just brand new.
Oh,
just
it's
came
brand
out.
new. Okay, so,
So it's going to be like you can buy it for another couple of months and then probably pop up on Netflix
okay,
because they do have that. But it's really, really, really good to see that twist of like, well, what happened if Superman became or landed in Russia instead of the U.S. and he becomes Red Sun instead of Superman.
That is pretty sweet.
So it's a nice twist to it. It's based off of the comic book.
Okay, yeah, but I love the twists. Like, what if you just like change one thing and then they're fucking maniacs, or you know, like, or they're just
Sociopaths
brutal, or
yeah.
yeah, just like when Batman loses his marbles. Like, oh, I've been doing this shit for years and it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
Like, just putting him in jail doesn't work, so I'm just gonna start killing him because fuck this. I'm
Exactly.
old.
yeah, exactly.
Grumpy bats.
And I love that twist. Have you seen Flashpoint?
Yeah. Flashpoint. It's
With-
called something else as well, like the Flashpoint Paradox.
Yeah. With sort of Batman's dad.
Yeah,
being
that
the
was
dad.
pretty sweet. Yeah,
That's such a nice twist, and
It
that
was
his mom
very nice.
becomes the Joker because
Oh yeah.
Bruce dies, and they get fucked up instead. Like it's such a cool twist,
Yeah.
and I love that I know a person that was involved in making that fucking comic book. It's amazing. I'm so proud of myself.
No, but I love those twists and
And
also
those cartoons.
Yeah, and those cartoons, but they also like vary in quality, like because the Son of Batman with the Court of Owls, that one is like
Ace.
that is my favorite one because they ace the fighting, they ace the look of the characters. They all look fucking badass. Like it's all, and the story is awesome. And then you have like Batman by Gaslight, which is
It's a different.
it's a simpler type, like the old Batman cartoon.
Yeah.
That I love, but the fighting and all that is like slow and like a bit But it's,
Bulky,
yeah, it's a bit weird. But that story as well,
I love it.
fucking great. Jesus,
Like it's
and it's like not as like it's such a
dark.
different league from the way they animated the Son of Batman, but equally good.
Yeah.
And then there's like a couple of them that are watchable.
yeah. Like I enjoy most of them.
So do I. Like, but they do vary. I
Yeah.
hate when they change the style. But they all have something that I like as well. Like I think they're a bit more serious. I think that's what I like
yeah,
about
yeah.
them. They don't try to make it cutesy in some parts or
That's
something.
it.
They
It's-
just keep it.
But that's why I love the DC universe in general because their stories are more adult or like scary and real.
And they tackle like some the subjects feel darker than the ones
Exactly.
of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, and the Marvel universe is the Disney universe now.
Yeah,
like, and
it
it
is.
just fits. They are more
No,
Disney
they
and
are,
cartoony.
Yeah.
But no, like there's so many of the DC ones that are really good. Like
But it's
Justice
only the
League,
cartoons.
yeah, Justice League Doom is great. I
remember
don't know
if
if you've
I
seen that. Both of the Arkham or Suicide Squad ones are really cool. Justice League Dark was okay. It wasn't like super awesome, and that
Shit,
was
I haven't
on,
seen those ones.
that
They're
was
a
on
bit newer,
Netflix.
right?
Yeah. What else? The Judas Contract is really, really good. Like all of the ones that I've mentioned, except Doom, I think has been on Netflix at some point. Which, like, I wish they would promote them more on Netflix because they deserve to be seen. I think. Like that's.
What was the other one that was really good? Like Under the Red Hood?
Oh yeah.
That's fucking good.
like I've seen it too many times now, so it's not my favorite anymore.
Okay, yeah.
But
you
it
do.
was definitely one of my top 3 forever. Like, yeah, just I love the Red Hood as a character,
Yeah.
and it's so cool that he got his own movie that way.
I think those little stories, and I wish that the DC live-action universe could learn from those because they're awesome.
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't know what happens. Like their directors are like just fucking the shit out of those movies.
Speaking of that, I just saw that Zack Snyder had released a commentary to Batman v Superman, or no, Justice League, Justice League, because that's the one that he couldn't finish because of family shit. And apparently he had this completely different vision to it. And
But I don't trust him anyway. 'Cause
No, I know.
his track record is garbage as well. So, like, when it comes to those movies,
yeah,
I mean, like,
know. But I mean, I still wanted to see him finish it. Like, it's very sad that we didn't get to see the original vision of these 3 movies that was going to be a big, big saga.
I'm
And
like,
introduce Darkseid and all of these. Like,
yeah.
But I would really like to see that commentary. But
Yeah,
the
no,
only
definitely
shitty
that,
thing
yeah.
is that we have to see Justice League to see that commentary, I guess.
But I guess you don't watch the movie; you just
No.
listen.
And it's like, because I think the way he set it up is that he's doing what we've talked about doing. Like, he just has a camera on him watching the movie.
Watching the movie. Okay, yeah.
So, like, in that way, I don't think, maybe we don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's really interesting, and I want to see that. I just want to hear what he's thinking of, like, what he thinks of that movie now, and what his original vision was.
Yeah.
Like,
But I think again, also, I don't want to encourage people to shit on movies like we do here, like because we're doing it jokingly.
yeah.
And the thing is, I want the DC movies. I want to be able to enjoy them. And I think as a kid, I would fucking love these movies,
Dude.
like acting and all. Because my kids love Shazam.
I was
And
just gonna-
Shazam is
yeah.
not a great movie.
But it's still good.
But it's still like it
Compared
brings,
to
But I
other-
think like that is my favorite DC movie right now.
Aquaman for me. It's
the thing-
taking the top space.
But the thing is, there's just something off with these movies.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think
It's like my art on Instagram. Actually, like, I'm 100% serious.
maybe
they're
that's
just
actually
lacking,
a good
like,
comparison.
The
yeah.
last little thing to make them pop.
Yeah.
It's
But
just
I
like,
think
meh.
all the characters fall flat. I don't know what it is. Even with the sort of like the comedic thing, like
they're
that
trying too much. I think that's the problem. They're trying too hard to either, be Marvel or
Yeah.
be unique, or
Yeah.
they're trying too hard at something instead of just doing, relaxing and having fun
But
and
the
doing
thing
a
is,
good movie.
what are the directors that have done DC movies? It's Zack
Zack
Snyder.
Snyder, and then you have.
Because the thing is, they're not
that's
all
his
bad.
name.
You know what I-
Jason Liu is from the live action stuff. So
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah, he didn't make the.
Cartoon ones.
No.
Yeah.
But I think the cartoon ones. God, burpee. Sorry. I think the cartoon ones have a director with a similar name.
Okay.
So,
you're
sorry
just
for
racist.
mixing.
That's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
That's
just mixing.
Like
it
I
up.
did last time.
Of course.
I just said something and then like, oh, I just fucking.
I removed that actually, so you didn't say it.
I didn't say it.
No,
Cool. Yeah,
I said-
because I
said
do
it.
not mix up Raj and.
No, I thought that was a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, but
that's
I did
gone.
mix them up. So
Yeah.
fuck it.
But the guy from the scary movies, what are they called?
The Wayans brothers.
Not well, like Insidious and like the Blumhouse stuff. Like all of the recently good horror movies that came out like a few years ago.
Just like good horror movies.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, there were a few like, and then came like all of the spin-offs from
Oh,
the
okay.
Conjuring and those movies. Like he did Aquaman.
Oh shit.
And
That's
I've
different.
grown to really enjoy Aquaman. That's a fun
I haven't
movie.
seen it.
Like you need to. I say this with every movie,
Yeah, that's the thing.
but it's like with this one for reals. It's like as soon as I accepted that it was a really shitty movie, like they just wanted to make a fun ride.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I realized that, I had so much fun watching this movie because it sort of shines through and it feels like, what if Warner Brothers gave us the chance to make an Aquaman movie?
It would suck.
Yeah.
It would suck so much dick.
But we would have so much fun doing it.
We'd make Daredevil too.
Exactly. Yes. Make Aquaman 2. And we're like, yes, Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Can we get Ben Affleck?
Aquadevil.
Is he still a thing?
Exactly. We need Ben Affleck.
Oh, man. Yeah. I
Yeah.
started thinking about way too many of those cartoons that I just wanted to shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
But just
check out the Warner Brothers because that's like the cartoons.
Warner Brothers
'Cause they're
animation. Yeah.
really, really good. The animation studio there is doing some awesome work.
Yes.
And even though I don't like all the styles, I enjoy the stories to them as well. Like even the slower paced animated things, like even those are like, I don't know, I still enjoy them more than anything I've seen out of the live action lineup.
Yeah, I'll do a little Instagram post with my top recommendations just so you can see those.
But I wish that DC live action, like that side of the industry, just scraps all these garbage ideas that they've been working on
and just reboots the whole thing.
Reboots a lot of the stuff and try not to tell how Bruce Wayne became the Batman again.
No.
Do
Nobody wants to see that.
No, but I'm just saying, jump mid story somewhere, and then just because we all know that his parents got shot,
and that's the thing. Like, why are we getting a new Batman again?
We are.
Robert
Pattinson.
Pattinson.
Oh shit, Pattinson. Yeah, I totally.
And they're doing a year one type thing, I think. Like that'll be interesting to see.
That could be interesting,
but
yeah,
we've seen so much Batman.
Yeah.
Why, just take one new character that we haven't heard about,
dude?
Because DC has just as many characters as the Marvel universe, maybe even more. Who knows? Just a random cool character from that.
Yeah, fucking.
Oh, like
Catwoman with Halle Berry.
What's his name? The Spectre, I think, or something like that. It's.
Which one was Spectre? Is that DC?
Yeah. So it's a really cool. It's like he's a detective that's a ghost.
Oh shit!
That straight up kills gangsters. Like he's sort of a combination of a ghost and Rorschach.
Okay. So you do The Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis with this character.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's from us.
That's it
to you.
But God, yeah, make a change and make it just.
You just take a director. Don't tell him what to do.
No.
And just go with that. Because I think you telling anyone what to do is not working.
Exactly.
And
you need to stop caring so much about people doing their own thing with your characters.
Yeah, fuck. That's what you need. Like a breath of fresh.
Breath.
Okay, it's time to wrap up.
Yeah.
A breath of fresh air. A
breath of fresh air.
Jesus Christ, that's just like breath.
Breath.
Brush of fresh. Brush your teeth, everyone.
Yes. Oh my God. Tired, brainy.
And I did sleep like a lot of hours.
But that's okay.
Like 11 hours.
We passed 2.5 hours.
There you go. That's
good.
Baby time.
Baby time.
Baby time.
I don't know what that means.
Know what that means.
Oh my God. So takeaways. Go see or try to see any of the Warner Brothers animated movies that you can. Don't see Daredevil. Or if you are going to see Daredevil,
see it with a friend.
See it with a friend, get drunk, and have
very drunk.
Lot of fun just pointing and laughing.
Yeah, every time you see something bad, drink.
Yeah. Every time you see cross-eyed Ben Affleck, you need to do a shot.
No, just do it every time they do something bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're gonna
Alcohol
die
poison,
after 15 minutes. It's not fair.
No, but yeah.
Or maybe take a shot every time he says, "I'm not a bad person," or whatever it is.
But also, like the movie starts with a CGI rat.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't just get a rat. Like,
no.
Just like it just runs.
It'd be too expensive to get a real rat.
Like it feels like they wasted a lot of money in this movie. Like you could have made like a path that it could follow of something edible or like smelly, like that it follows the scent.
Rats are really easy to train. They're really, really easy to train. Like
there's probably like a Hollywood rat available or like several. Like anything. You could have done so much things and saved millions.
Yeah. This starts off just the same way Justice League does. Like with
so if
bad
any
CG shit.
So if anyone that does sucky movies needs people there to advise them when they're doing stupid shit, that's hello@sketchbookheroes.com.
Yeah. hello@sketchbookheroes.com.
Just in case.
Just so you know.
Yeah, we're here for you.
Until we're not.
Yeah, exactly. So if Daredevil 2 is like happening with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner and his face, Bullseye guy.
Oh, yeah. Colin Farrell,
yeah. Call us because we're ready for it. Like that is the only superhero movie I want to do with that cast.
Send us that script so we can burn it. And then
we'll write you. Yeah, we'll write you a script. Or we can just like cross out the stuff that sucks.
I've heard that they might introduce the Netflix Daredevil character into the MCU as a real like the real Daredevil.
Wow, that doesn't fit.
Yeah,
It feels like the thing is, I gotta be honest. That DC or that Marvel universe that they've created in the TV show feels more like a DC universe than it feels like a Marvel universe.
Yeah.
You know, like if I didn't know these two apart, I would just like, oh yeah, Daredevil, that's a DC one, just because of how dark it is.
yeah.
Until you're in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
daylight and Murdoch is Murdoch.
Yeah, it's the same with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. All
yeah,
of those.
they feel
they're
darker.
very dark.
Yeah,
That's true. I haven't actually thought of that. It's because I try to separate the,
I
one
do
is
too.
really bad and
Yeah.
one is good.
yeah, the DC shows. God damn, they're not
goddamn.
good.
Well, like I did like the DC, the
The
Titans.
yeah, the Titans
the-
is the only one that I enjoy.
Actually, both Titans, because I love the Titans cartoon show.
Oh yeah, but the Titans
Yeah.
cartoon.
Titans Go.
But I think like anything that is cartoons and DC is great.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
DC
let's
does
just-
just.
I think
I don't
that
know
is,
if there is a
uh,
cartoon Marvel thing that I enjoy that much. Like
No, they haven't really done anything
No,
that
but that's what
stands
I
out.
mean.
Like you have the classic Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
but it's
That's it.
You know that he doesn't actually punch anybody in that show or hurt anybody.
What?
Yeah, I saw this YouTube thing on it.
Wow.
The whole
I
show,
hate
he
that
just
stuff.
evades and like
Like
he's such a good guy that he doesn't even punch the bad guys.
I don't like.
Maybe like once or twice
That
in the
is
whole
bullshit.
five
That is a
seasons.
dead Spider-Man.
Yeah, but no, he's a good guy, Elias. He doesn't punch bad guys. He's
But
not
then-
Batman.
But
or
then I want to
Batfleck.
see. Yeah, then I want to see old Spider-Man that goes berserk.
I want to see noir, like Batman, Spider-Man noir, like a real movie with him. Just
Like which version of him? That's the thing. Like the one from like the way
like
they made him.
the real one, like
Oh, like a
almost
real,
like
real-
Gaslight, because it's Nazi
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
I know,
So I think that would be really cool and interesting to see.
yeah. Like voiced by Nicolas Cage,
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
because he's like in
Yeah.
the Spider-Verse
Yeah,
one.
I
It's
know.
awesome.
It just
I like
yeah,
to let a nut and punch Nazis.
it just makes it even better. Like, of course they have Nicolas Cage in the movie.
You don't want to see Peter Porker?
Well, I wouldn't mind that. Like, I like
Such a
like
weird
I really did
character,
like
yeah.
every character. The only one
I
I
didn't
didn't
like
connect
Penny.
with was the
Penny Parker.
Exactly.
My father was a scientist and blah blah blah.
But it's a real
yeah.
like it's a real character.
No, it is like
I
the
just
thing is
I haven't read it.
she
Don't
just
know anything
doesn't
about
look like
Spider-Man.
no like an anime character. It looks like a Western. Like if you told someone like, "Oh, draw anime," and they haven't watched anime, that's what it feels like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels a bit off in style for me. Like I don't know what it is about her.
That's
that,
true. But I
But I love the
haven't,
robot. I
haven't
love the
read
robot.
I haven't
Yeah.
read the comics, so
Same.
I don't know what she's supposed to look like.
No,
But
No,
yeah, she
same.
was the only one that I didn't actually connect with. Yeah,
Mm,
that's true.
Same.
All right,
Yeah.
No
I have
more-
nothing.
no more
No
professors.
mas.
let's do it.
No mas.
No mas.
From us to
To
you.
you. Fuck you.
And Daredevil.
And Daredevil.
All
Yeah,
the
fuck,
dicks.
fuck,
Fuck
Daredevil.
you. Like fuck you for real.
Yeah. Stay Batfleck. Don't go Darefleck.
Derp
Derp
flag.
There it is.
Come
Yes.
on, come on,
Come on, come on,
derp flag. It's perfect.
Awesome. Going out with a bang.
Bang.
Thank you guys for listening.
Bang flag.
Yeah, bang. Bang,
There's
bang.
love